subscribe, like the video, and, if possible, join Patreon. But if you don't have much money, you can support the channel by watching the novels on euroaudiobooks.com. Remember that you can participate in the polls so that your favorite novel gets published for free.
Now Sasuke is the real Thunderbolt. The roaring thunder directly vented frantically. Even if it was just a normal release, Sasuke looked at the extremely violent thunder on his arm. This is what could be called lightning style. Saying that, Sasuke raised his hand, and a thunderbolt erupted instantly. The flashing thunder shot straight ahead in an instant. The violent thunder and lightning directly pierced through the two trees, leaving a small dark hole in the trunk. The penetrating power is so terrifying. The power of the enhanced lightning style is too amazing. 29. Even Sasuke can't help getting excited now. If it is this power, then many moves imagined in Sasuke's mind can be realized. Even the simplest throwing of hidden weapons can add lightning style. Not only can the thrown hidden weapons have the paralysis effect of lightning style, but more importantly, lightning style can also increase the speed of hidden weapons. Throwing a concealed weapon like lightning, even if it's just a hidden weapon attack, it's probably not something ordinary people can withstand. Lightning is magnetic, and the previous lightning style was too weak to achieve this effect. It takes a lot of chakra to do it, so Sasuke didn't try it. But now the power of lightning style has increased dramatically. Even a small amount of chakra can burst out a powerful lightning style. Then this idea can be realized naturally. Sasuke opened his eyes, and lightning burst out from Sasuke's eyes. Raising his hands accompanied by flashes of thunder and lightning, Sasuke's hands waved. A stick of kunai flew out of Sasuke's hand with a thunderbolt. The spurted kunai flew towards the distance quickly, shuttling through the forest like lightning. In the blink of an eye, it flew a distance of tens of meters and accurately hit a distant stone. At the same time, the power brought by the ultra-fast speed is also very powerful, directly breaking the stone easily. Coupled with the potentially destructive power of lightning style, a small rock is as fragile as tofu. Just a hidden weapon can bring about such a big change. Now Sasuke completely wants to strengthen chakra of all his attributes. This enhanced lightning style is completely different from the previous lightning style. Sasuke raised his hand to try to gather lightning. Gather as many thunderbolts as possible. Crackling, sizzling, the incomparably irritable thunder gathered crazily in Sasuke's hands. But this was just a purely unskilled, focused thunder. Although the momentum is huge, it cannot reach Chidori's destructive power. And Sasuke also found a problem. The speed of clustering lightning is a bit slow. One is because the amount of chakra I have is too small for the moves I want to develop next. Secondly, the gathering speed of thunder and lightning can't keep up. If you want to achieve the level of the move you imagined at this speed, I'm afraid it will take several hours to prepare for it. Even if it is developed, it is useless. The move that Sasuke wants to develop requires a lot of lightning. And what Sasuke wants to develop is Ray Welcome, Enel species level ultimate move from One Piece world. This move of Lei Ink can destroy an island in an instant. It seems the current me is still too far away. But even if Sasuke chakra is enough and wants to develop this trick, Sasuke still feels that he is almost something. First of all, the gathering speed of lightning is too slow. Even chakra is enough. He wanted to gather a terrifyingly huge thunderball comparable to Lei Ying's. The time required is too long, not suitable for instant combat at all. How can it be shortened? Sasuke suddenly thought of a person, Fire Fist Ace. Emperor Yin also felt that his power was not much worse than Lei Ying's. Regardless of whether it is Ace or Enel, when they used this large-scale move, they had 10 abilities to assist them. Ace is to use fire to create fire. Yin Ring. But Enel took a trick and used the Arc Proverbs to generate electricity. That being said, you can figure it out yourself. Use your own lightning style to attract natural energy and turn it into lightning soon. This idea suddenly appeared, and Sasuke's eyes lit up with a light. Thanks to the mantra seal, Sasuke has become more and more comfortable with the use of natural energy recently, even this method of absorbing natural energy. Sasuke thinks that maybe it can be done not only through spell seal, but also by other methods. What if the lightning style is used to imitate the curse seal, so as to absorb natural energy and forcibly use the natural energy to strengthen lightning style? It might work. Closing his eyes, Sasuke suddenly opened them. Sharingan? The next operation needs to be controlled by ultimate. After all, the power of lightning style is very difficult to control. If you don't show the spirit of 120 points, it may be dangerous. Sasuke's Sharingan turned on with all his strength, and in the next second his body was surrounded by Thunderbolt 580. Immediately afterwards, these thunderbolts spread rapidly, causing the surrounding ground to become pitch black after being burned by lightning. However, it was on the dark ground all around. As the light of lightning style flickered, the same strange blue runes slowly emerged. This is suddenly the same as Sasuke's curse seal, but the difference is that what was originally a flame-like pattern is now a thunderbolt pattern. Soon after these lightning-style patterns were condensed, they suddenly turned into lightning and swept straight towards the sky. Crackling, crackling, crackling thunder and lightning roared one after another. Thunderbolts rose around Sasuke one after another and were slowly spreading. The air gathered in Sasuke's direction for no reason. It was as if some inexplicable force around Sasuke's body was absorbing something from the air. Boom, boom, boom. Sasuke suddenly opened his eyes, carefully feeling the power of lightning style that filled his surroundings. It's finished. Sasuke himself couldn't believe it, but it was really possible. Use lightning style to imitate curse marks, absorb natural energy directly, and form inexhaustible lightning style power. Looking at the flickering thunder and lightning around his side, as well as the water flowing like lightning gathered under his feet. This move is called Thunder Chi. Chapter 77, Are you sure you want to create lightning style ninjutsu? Chi Sasuke suddenly heard the sound of the system. I was stunned for a moment. This was the first time the system actually asked me if I was sure to create a ninjutsu. What a situation. Doesn't the system think it's not good to find a new technique? The Thunder Pond is a technique developed by combining the power of the curse seal. As long as it is kept open, Sasuke can continuously obtain the power of thunder. This technique is not considered powerful. Friendly reminder. This ninjutsu can continue to be improved. The preparation time is too long, and the comprehensive evaluation is tasteless ninjutsu. What? Too long to prepare? Sasuke didn't feel it at all. Maybe he was too immersed in the development of ninjutsu. He didn't feel that it was too long at all. I just feel that the time to display the Thunder Pool may not be too short. Unlock the Thunder Pool, and this time Sasuke tries to cast it again. Really? The preparation time is indeed too long. He didn't feel anything before, but when he figured it out, he suddenly realized that he just kept standing still for a while. It's been more than 10 minutes. It took a lot of preparation time, and it was still standing still and unable to move. Indeed, as the system commented, it was a tasteless ninjutsu. The preparation time must be shortened, a full 10 minutes. No enemy will foolishly wait for me for 10 minutes. It was not a race against time in the battle, and an unknown number of people could be killed in 10 minutes. Sasuke closed his eyes, hoping to try to improve some. But Sasuke's level cannot be achieved at present. Perhaps going to Orochimaru's place, combined with Orochi's knowledge of the curse seals, can make some improvements. But even if it is improved, it may not be able to quickly form this technique. After all, the power of this technique lies here, and it is impossible to complete it quickly. But in any case, it is impossible to prepare for such a long time. If it is said that it takes a few minutes to prepare, it can still be moved. This is fine. By the way, I can join the seal. If it is combined with not printing, it should be improved. First of all, Sasuke should have no problem moving. The second is to shorten some preparation time. Adding not seals, like the technique developed by Sasuke, requires at least hundreds of seals. The Madra is actually just a process of guiding the flow of chakra. And the order of Madras determines how the chakra flows. The reason why ninjas need seals to be able to release ninjutsu is largely because ordinary ninjas have no way to remember all ninjutsu chakra flow trajectories. In this case, a seal is necessary. But now, According to this technique, it is not difficult for Sasuke to reversely deduce the order of seals, but it takes hundreds of seals just to seal. At the same time, after the seal is completed, it is necessary to maintain the action of the seal, and the last seal needs to condense a lot of chakra. So it still takes about 3 minutes to prepare. It also depends on whether Sasuke is in a fighting state. If the chakra in the body is still flowing elsewhere, the speed will be slower. The best solution in this case is to summon a summoning beast, which will be guarded by the summoning beast during Sasuke's seal preparation. In this way, the time can be delayed enough, just like Jiraiya. But Sasuke doesn't have any summoning beast now, so this trick will naturally not work. Although I don't have a summoning beast, I can make seals with one hand, and the other hand can be used for fighting. Just try not to use chakra as much as possible, otherwise it will affect the formation speed of the mind pool. In this way, it is indispensable to strengthen the practice of gymnastics. When casting Thunder Pond, one-handed physical skills are used to deal with the enemy's attack. If you activate the spell seal form, then you should be able to shorten the condensation time of the Thunder Pool technique. But while maintaining the shape of the cursed seal, while fighting the enemy, he must continue to condense the Thunder Pool technique. The degree of difficulty is not generally large, but Sasuke thinks there is no problem. Congratulations to host for successfully developing a new ninjutsu, lightning-style endless lightning pool. Introduction. The new ninjutsu was successfully developed. Based on this ninjutsu, you could try to develop Lei in the future, and of course there are other tricks. The development process of a ninjutsu is not so simple. By the time Sasuke had completely perfected this technique, a whole night had passed. It took Sasuke a long time to choose the order of printing in the combing process. After a busy night, Sasuke is feeling a bit tired now. Go back to Konoha and go home, ready to rest. However, when Sasuke came home at this time, he accidentally found an Umbu ninja sneaking around, looking in the direction of his house. Taking a closer look, Sasuke immediately understood. This is not Konoha's Umbu ninja, but Shiro. You came to me so soon, it seems that there should be news from the Hokage building. Sasuke silently gestured towards the Umbu ninja, who was pretending to be Shiro. Soon the two met in a park in Konoha. How is it? Sasuke looked at Shiro with a smile. There should be good news for me. Looking at the tired Sasuke between his brows, Bai was inexplicably distressed, but he didn't notice his situation. Immediately began to say, the defense of the Hokage building is very tight. In normal times, there are more than 30 Umbu ninjas guarding the Konoha building. At the same time, even if Konoha Hokage leaves the Konoha building, the remaining Umbu ninjas will remain at around 20. And I found the location of the sealed book you want. But this place, Wong's, is not so easy to go to. The true guardian of the sealed book is Hokage himself. But Hokage will not run around with this thing on his back, and the location of the sealed book is behind Hokage's office, in a room dedicated to storing confidential documents. At the same time, the sealed book roared in it. And if you want to enter, you must pass through the Hokage office. It can be said that it is basically impossible for someone to pass through dozens of Umbu ninja guards and enter the Hokage building. It is also possible to enter this room without being noticed by Hokage. After reaching such a conclusion, Bai looked at Sasuke. The sealed book is impossible to steal. That's right. I think it's very possible. Sasuke smiled. Hokage is indeed difficult to deal with. But if Hokage is not there, then this is another situation. There are only dozens of Umbu ninjas, which are much easier to deal with than Hokage. Chapter 78, Tapping the Potential of the Body. Sasuke seems determined to steal what's sealing techniques. Bai didn't intend to stop him, but he felt that if Sasuke just went like this, something might go wrong. It's okay to deal with Umbu ninja, but do you still want to deal with Konoha's Hokage? That is simply courting death. I can't see that you got it done so quickly. It seems that you are very suitable for work like collecting intelligence, Sasuke said. At this time, Bai seemed to be thinking about something. Do you have to steal the sealed book? Although he didn't know why Shiro asked this suddenly, Sasuke nodded in affirmation. That's right. I am determined to obtain the sealed book. Bai sighed softly. In this case, I'll take you there, Bai said as if he was afraid that Sasuke might misunderstand something. I just don't want you to die in the hands of others." Hearing this, Sasuke was taken aback for a moment, and then smiled. "Let's go." "Walk? Where to go?" Sasuke smiled. "Although I want to steal the sealed book, but not now." "Then when are you going to do it?" "Chunin exam." "Chunin exam?" After thinking for a while, if this is the case, the chances are much greater. In Konoha's Chunin exam, the guards will definitely be relatively weak. In this way, it can increase the success rate by more than 280. 2 days until the Chunin exam. I'll let you know when it's time to do it. You stay here and hide carefully these days. Don't be spotted by Konoha's Umbu ninja. Bai nodded and glanced at Sasuke as if he wanted to tell him something. But in the end, he didn't say anything. After Bai disappeared, Sasuke was also ready to take a good rest, but counting the time, he still had to go get some things today. After returning to Konoha after the last wave mission, Sasuke ordered a batch of equipment for training. In addition to starting training for the body, there is an alloy katana sword that Sasuke ordered. Although Sasuke does not have a Kusanagi sword at this stage, the ninja sword made of alloy is also very good. Just right for Hatake sword art. In order to buy these things, Sasuke spent all the rewards for this A-level mission. Go to the streets of Konoha and find a shop that specializes in making all kinds of utensils for ninjas. Sasuke will pay the final payment. One person carried all kinds of barbells and moved them all back to his home in one go. There is also a brand new alloy ninja sword. Due to Sasuke's height, Sasuke did not choose a normal size knife. Instead, it is a slightly shorter ninja knife. This length is just enough for Sasuke. The standard length ninja sword. When Sasuke picks it up, it feels like a child wants to play with an adult's weapon. A nondescript feeling. Bring these things home. The Chunin exam is also approaching. For the rest of the time, Sasuke decided to practice at home. First of all, lightning-style endless lightning pool is very powerful, but in the final analysis, it still needs enough chakra of Sasuke. Otherwise, there would be too much thunder and lightning, and it would be embarrassing if it exceeded the limit of control. For the next 2 days, Sasuke decided to suspend all other practices. Start practicing chakra with all your strength, and once you are tired from practicing chakra, then start to polish your body. It just so happened that all the things used for training came back. Sasuke is going to try to discover the second reward that the system gives him. How much surprise can the excellent physique bring him? I don't know if I can make myself stronger quickly through this kind of exercise. Replacing sleep with chakra refinement. Although the rest is not as good as real sleep and rest. But it's enough for Sasuke's current physique. 5 times of chakra refining were carried out, and it took about 6 hours. Sasuke also felt the limit and needed to stop and rest for a while. At the same time, the chakra in the body has increased a lot. G again. Then start training your strength. With these training equipment, training in this area is much more convenient. As for wearing weights, first of all, Sasuke doesn't think it can have much training effect. Secondly, Sasuke felt that he probably didn't need this kind of training at all. System rewards, excellent physique. What Sasuke is given is a body that can be tapped infinitely and has infinite potential. No matter what kind of training is performed on this body, it can quickly change the body. Rapid appearance enhancement. Sasuke has only just started strength training. At the beginning, I felt very strenuous for the special barbell. But after trying a few sets, the strength can be obviously increased. The muscles in the body are burning like flames. Goo, suddenly there was a sound in my stomach. Sasuke smiled wryly. It seems that training for strength requires rich nutrition. Fortunately, there is no shortage of food at Sasuke's house. After I made a little milk, bread, eggs, and so on, I ate it. Sasuke continued to devote himself to physical training. The more he trains, the more Sasuke feels the changes in his body. Every muscle in my body seemed to be burning. While there was a faint tingling sensation, there was also a burst of extremely comfortable feeling. This feeling of being able to clearly feel that his body is changing rapidly made Sasuke unable to stop. In terms of physical fitness, after a day of crazy practice, Sasuke has probably been able to catch up with Shaoli. Now, against a ninja of the Chunin level, Sasuke the Emperor will not be at a disadvantage. Coupled with lightning style and Sasuke's terrifying taijutsu and sword skills, The ordinary Jnin may be easily killed with just taijutsu, but training is not endless. Although continuous high-intensity training has unearthed a considerable part of the body's potential, but it also made Sasuke feel exhausted. In this state, Sasuke sat down cross-legged to start another round of chakra refining. The body is tired, and now it is time to start mental torture. And the more desperate the situation, the more helpful it is for the improvement of chakra. Sasuke also refines chakra 5 times this time, but it almost caused the chakra in the body to double directly. This is something Sasuke didn't expect. Let the body get close to the limit and then perform chakra refinement in this case. It turns out that the effect is so good. Sasuke, who discovered this situation, was like discovering a treasure. Immediately start the second round of extreme overdraft. Chapter 79, Lively Konoha Village. Why come back to see me, an old man, when you have time, on the roof of the Hokage building? It was rare for third Hokage not to stay in the office, looking at the whole Konoha from the rooftop. And beside him was a white-haired man. This man is none other than one of the legendary Sannin, Jiraiya. On the eve of the Chunin exam, Jiraiya returned to Konoha and has met with Naruto, taught Naruto's summoning technique. Today is to take a look at third generation and warn third generation about something. It's been a long time since I've been back. I'll stop by to say hello to you. Idiot, the old man already knew you were back. Hearing this, Jiraiya smiled and glanced at third generation with a wretched look. I know your old technique is to see the whole Konoha anytime, anywhere. How about it? I have seen Konoha's women's bathhouses over the years, right? Cough, cough, cough. Hiruzen coughed a few times. How could my dignified third Hokage do such a thing? Really, old man, seeing that your body is getting weaker and weaker, you should still have some. You talk a lot. Saying that, third generation's expression became serious. Naruto, how are you feeling? Hearing this, Jiraiya nodded. Very good boy. Talent is also very strong. Speaking talent, Hiruzen would like to talk about Uchiha Sasuke. But Jiraiya noticed Sasuke early on. Old man, in this generation, the gods have taken special care of Konoha. Naruto's talents are nice, but there seems to be better imps than Naruto's talents. It's a pity he seems to be from the Uchiha clan. As he said that, Jiraiya glanced at Hiruzen, and Hiruzen actually showed a somewhat unhappy look this time. What happened to the Uchiha clan? Seeing this, Jiraiya was even more relieved. He was worried that Hiruzen would let go of such a good seed because of the identity of the other party. Kakashi told me that Uchiha Sasuke's talent is probably unique. Even in wartime, Uchiha Sasuke can definitely stand out from the crowd. Saying that, Jiraiya turned around and patted third generation on the shoulder. Since Konoha has such a genius, old man, don't miss it so easily. Does the old man still need your reminder? Hiruzen took a puff of his pipe. After the Chunin exam, I decided to accept him as an apprentice. Saying that, Hiruzen thought for a while. Since Naruto is good, let's join Naruto too. The future of Konoha may be in the hands of these two brats. After finishing speaking, Hiruzen glanced at Jiraiya again. Don't leave when you come back this time. Konoha's manpower is not enough. Jiraiya smiled. When did Konoha have enough staff? I still have my own mission to complete, old man, but this time I want to remind you that when I tracked down those people, I found traces of Orochimaru. Recently, Orochimaru will probably take advantage of the Chunin exam gap to do something in Konoha. Speaking of Orochimaru, Hiruzen's expression changed a lot. Don't worry, that guy can't make any waves in my hands. Seeing that Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't seem to take Orochimaru very seriously, Jiraiya just sighed silently. That's what he's worried about. There is one more day until the Chunin exam. And at this moment, somewhere in Konoha, Naruto and Sakura-chan are having a friendly exchange. The person who appeared at this time aggressively provoked the two of them. Is this Konoha's ninja? It doesn't look very good. It's no different than an idiot. Idiot? Naruto turned to look at the guy who appeared at the intersection. BD, who did you just call an idiot? Of course I'm talking about you. Konoha's ninja. After carefully looking at the forehead protector on the opponent's forehead, Naruto froze for a moment. Isn't the other party a ninja from Konoha? San Shinobi, are you here to take the Chunin exam? In the original book, Naruto and the others were temporarily notified to take the Chunin exam, but now Kakashi has already told them to hurry up and practice. Your teacher didn't tell you. Come to Konoha to take the Chunin exam. Should you be more polite? Are the ninjas of Sand Shinobi all arrogant and domineering things like you? The one who provoked Naruto was none other than Kankuro. What Naruto said just now made him very angry. How dare an idiot speak to him in that tone? Immediately, Kankuro's gaze became much darker, and Naruto also stared at each other without giving in. The current Naruto is much stronger than the original. In terms of momentum, he will not lose to Kankuro. Bang! The two suddenly rushed out at the same time. Elbows collided with each other in the air, and the fight made a fierce crosstalk. And this time Kankuro was a little surprised. What a lot of strength, a ninja who specializes in body arts. Kankuro stepped back, prepared to take out the puppet behind it. However, a voice stopped him in the next second. Enough, Kankuro. Naruto and little Sakura looked up towards the person in the tree. A weirdo with a gourd on his back. Hokage gourd baby Gaara appeared. However, Gaara looked at the two people in front of him and suddenly said a name that surprised them both. Uchiha Sasuke, Konoha Shinobi. Do you know the ninja from Class 7? Clam? Naruto and little Sakura are confused. Why did this guy ask Sasuke as soon as he came up? And at this time, Temari's voice sounded. Gaara, have you forgotten? These two seem to be genins from Class 7. One is called Naruto, and the other is Haruno Sakura's genin. Gaara still looked at Naruto and little Sakura blankly. Only Uchiha Sasuke is eligible for me to remember. These two people have no impression. Although it is not clear what is going on, Naruto and little Sakura are a little angry now. What's the meaning? Is this guy looking down on us so much? As a member of the 7th class, this guy has obviously read the information about the 7th class. Although Sasuke is strong, this guy only remembers Sasuke. It's too hateful not to remember them. Is there anyone out there like this? Uchiha Sasuke is your companion. Gaara asked again. Naruto couldn't help but so what? Gaara smiled suddenly. It's nothing. Please bring him something. What words? His head. I want it. Chapter 80, The Sijnin Exams Thorn, Master Orochimaru. Do you really think so highly of that Uchiha brat? In a certain room in Konoha, Orochimaru, pretending to be 4th Kazekage, is resting with Kimimaro. Orochimaru smiled. Of course, this is the container I am most satisfied with. It stands to reason that that kid just accepted the gift from Lord Orochimaru, and it wasn't long before he got the cursed seal of the sky. At this time, he should be very troubled even to open the seal. Isn't it a little too much to deal with Sand Shinobi's Jinchuriki imp? Kimimaro asked. Orochimaru, on the other hand, seemed completely unimpressed. Don't look at that kid with normal eyes. I think it will give me a surprise. Looks like Orochimaru-sama has faith in that brat. Orochimaru sneered. I'll find out tomorrow. How much is that kid? 260 under the night. Sasuke, who is still training, boom, put down the barbell in your hand. Now the 300 kilograms barbell is no pressure for Sasuke at all. It is easy to lift it up and even use the barbell as a weapon to practice swinging. There is no problem at all. Sasuke, who was covered in sweat, went to the bathroom and rinsed off. Come out and continue to sit cross-legged on the bed, preparing for the final chakra refining. The Genins who are gathering in Hokage's office at this very moment. They all started to recommend their Genin to take this Chunin exam. And this year, all Genin who just graduated are recommended taking the Chunin exam this year, which surprised the other above figures a bit. It seems that this year's Genin talents are very good. Otherwise, they would not let their guide Genin, who just recommended them to take the Chunin exam in the first year. Okay, the list of candidates for the exam is determined. This time Kirigakure, Cloud Shinobi Village also sent their country's Genin pre-discs. Although they are all small roles, they must not be careless. Let's go! With the order of the 3rd generation, all the Genin disappeared in Hokage's office. Leaving 3rd generation alone, looking at the crystal ball behind him, Sand Shinobi's one-tail calendar. Send Jinchuriki to Konoha's Chunin exam. It can be seen that 4th Kazekage is still the same as before, and its support for Konoha has not changed in the slightest. In this way, Hiruzen felt a little more at ease. The next day, Sasuke puts on new clothes. Although it is said to be new clothes, in fact, the style has not changed at all. It's just that the color of the clothes has changed from the original blue to black. At the same time, there is an extra ninja knife behind him. Its size is probably slightly longer than the ninja knife that Kakashi carried back then. Head to the first test site for the Chunin exam. Sasuke and Naruto, the better they are, gather at a certain place. After gathering, we started to move towards the Chunin exam venue. At this time, Naruto is also telling Sasuke about the encounter with Gaara yesterday. And if the other party asks Naruto to take it, Naruto can be regarded as surrendering to Sasuke in another way today. Sasuke, did you somehow provoke this group of sand shinobi people? Hearing this, Sasuke shook his head. I haven't even been out of Konoha. How can I be a ninja of sand shinobi? But this is indeed a bit strange. Sasuke didn't go out yesterday. According to the situation in the original book, I will not attract Gaara's attention. But now Gaara seems to be very concerned about herself and has reached the point where she can't wait to kill herself immediately. What the hell does this happen? This made Sasuke a little confused. But it doesn't matter. Even Gaara is not a threat to Sasuke. Gaara's sand can't stop his lightning style. We meet again. Uchiha Sasuke. Suddenly Sasuke heard a familiar voice. It was Shao Li's voice. Sasuke turned his head to look at the three people who were walking slowly. Lee Locke, Hyuga Neji, Tian. Naruto glanced at Neji. Isn't this the guy from the Hyuga clan who fought against Sasuke last time? In the end, he was easily defeated by Sasuke. Are these guys still not convinced and came to pick Sasuke? Lee Locke glanced at little Sakura. Suddenly the whole person began to flush. But Sasuke was here, and he quickly regained his seriousness. In order to hit you, I did it specifically for you. I'm sure to surprise you this time. Uchiha Sasuke. Lee Locke says Neji on the side also stared at Sasuke. The glory lost by the Hyuga clan, I will definitely take it back with my own hands. Now Sasuke feels some trouble. This Chunin exam has not really started yet, and he has already attracted the attention of so many people. This is strange. It's okay to say that Lee Locke and Neji are the ones who provoked these two guys by themselves. It's no wonder that they are so numerous that they miss themselves. But what about Gaara and the others? Sasuke couldn't figure it out. The entrance to the first session of the Chunin exam, the boring illusion test, this kind of thing is completely useless to Sasuke, who is Sharingan. Take Naruto and little Sakura, who have not reacted directly to the second floor. As soon as you enter the door, Sasuke immediately felt countless eyes gathered towards his position. Is this Uchiha Sasuke? Sure enough, it doesn't look simple. He is indeed the most outstanding guy in Konoha's generation. I watched his battle with Hyuga. It was so exciting. My teacher said that his strength is not weaker than Chunin. Not weaker than Chunin. Kankuro curled his lips. In terms of combat ability, they don't think they are inferior to Chunin, especially Gaara. It is simply a dimensionality reduction blow. Gaara was looking at Sasuke intently at this moment. The more you look at Gaara's murderous aura, the more obvious it becomes, and it seems like he can't help but want to directly attack at 0.1. At this time, a person suddenly appeared and disrupted the tense atmosphere. Yakushi Kabuto appears. Welcome to the new candidates. You are the ninjas under Kakashi, the 7th class. Naruto froze for a moment. How do you know? 2. You can find out about this kind of thing after a little inquiring. Gathering information is also a compulsory course for ninjas. As he spoke, he took out a stack of cards. About all the genin who took the exam this year, I collected their information and made it into a data card so I can look it up at any time. Data card. Naruto looked at the opponent's hand very curiously, then pointed at Gaara. Any information about this guy? Do smiled helplessly. Of course. Show me. I want to see what this stinky guy is from. Chapter 81. The exam officially begins. Sandstorm Gaara. C-level mission 8 times. B-level mission 1 time. It's just Genin who has performed B-level missions. It's amazing. Yakushi Kabuto himself seems to be seeing Gaara's information for the first time. Naruto looked at the cards on the ground and recalled the way Gaara played that day. It turns out that this guy is so strong, but the fact that Genin has performed B-level missions is indeed very interesting. Because he is a ninja from a neighboring country, There is only so much information for the time being. Kabuki raised his head and glanced at Naruto. V-level tasks. Can Genin perform tasks of this level? Inuzuka Tooth asked. However, Do smiled when he heard the question. It's strange. As Genin, there is a team that executes A-level characters. As he spoke, he looked at Naruto, Sasuke, and little Sakura. The three standing in front of you are monsters who have successfully completed A-level missions. Fong 29 turned his head and glanced at Naruto and the others. I know this matter. It's actually just a task done by their guide Jinin. It doesn't have much to do with them. It's just helping Jinin complete the task. Talking his teeth, he put on a look like I can do it. However, Do smiled and glanced at Sasuke, faintly. Is this really the case? Teeth. What do you mean? Don't you? He gently helped his eyes and smiled. As far as I know, their guide, Jinin Hataki Kakashi, didn't do much. Even what I know is exactly the opposite to yours. The ones who have truly completed the A-level mission happen to be the three of them. After saying this, countless Genins in the entire classroom turned their heads to look at Naruto and the others. At this moment, Naruto is a little embarrassed, and to be honest, defeating that one has nothing to do with him. In fact, it should be regarded as the credit of Sasuke alone. However, it is useless to explain anything at this time. A mere Genin, you can complete the A-level task. Don't be kidding. It's simply impossible. A-level missions will have elite Genin-level combat power. With 3 Genins, can they deal with enemies of this level? You also nodded. That's right, it's impossible to just rely on the 3 of them. Talking Teeth suddenly remembered something, recalling the appearance of their teacher when he was dominated by Sasuke a few days ago. Thinking about it this way, it doesn't seem impossible. Could it be that Sasuke really solved that so-and-so? Impossible. That's an elite Genin. How could Sasuke beat an enemy of this level? Impossible, absolutely impossible. At this moment, Sasuke has come to his seat to do the work, and Sasuke is too lazy to explain anything. Whatever these Genins think, I think it's possible. It's possible. It doesn't matter at all to Sasuke. On the contrary, Sasuke could feel Gaara's gaze more clearly at this moment. Is this gourd baby staring at me and won't let go? Sasuke was a little depressed. Why did this guy stare at him inexplicably? Really speechless. But now Gaara is full of killing intent towards Sasuke. Just Genin has been able to complete A-level tasks, and he is indeed the most terrifying genius in Konoha. Kill you. Then I can prove the meaning of my existence. Gaara's eyes swept back and forth on Sasuke's body. At this moment, Ubixi rushed in. It's astonishingly murderous, but I have something to say first in this classroom. You'd better not make such a movement for me. If you kill or injure other candidates, you will immediately lose your qualifications for the exam. There will be severe punishment. Speaking of which, Ibixi took the initiative to glance at Gaara, and then at Sasuke. Especially when Ibixi saw Sasuke, it also gave him a cold feeling. It's so deeply hidden, this aura. The most outstanding genius in Konoha's generation. I hope you won't let me down. Everyone immediately returned to their seats for me, and the exam will begin. Chunin exams are held twice a year. The difficulty level of the exam is also hard to say. But this first test, to test the ability of ninjas to obtain information, was simply too easy for Sasuke. Directly open Sharingan, find the guy who has the answer by imitating the action of the other party. The answers on the test paper were quickly and easily obtained by Sasuke. But what made Sasuke feel a little speechless was that Naruto was sitting in the first row. Now scratching his head seems to have no clue at all. Obviously, the exam rules have been stated, and 2 points will be deducted for cheating. This is clearly to encourage many Genin to use their own means to cheat. But Naruto doesn't understand yet. But instead of worrying about Naruto, Sasuke is more concerned about Gaara. After finishing the exam, the eyes of the 127 guys have been focused on Sasuke. It's like hating yourself to the bone. Sasuke didn't provoke Gaara now, and he didn't understand why this guy looked at him like this. According to this situation, Sasuke felt that he might not be able to wait for the 3rd exam, the 2nd exam in the Dead Forest. I'm afraid Gaara will have a showdown with himself. If this is the case, Sasuke doesn't care at all. The big deal is to expose a little strength in advance. still very confident against Gaara Sasuke. After each showed their abilities, the first exam also ushered in the end. And Naruto, as the only guy who passed the exam with blank papers, was very proud. At the same time, the examiner of the second exam, Anko, appeared. The drowsy Anko feels like a big sister who has not woken up. The examination room for the second exam, outside the Death Forest. Anko introduced the passing conditions to everyone. Sasuke looked at the forest. I don't know why Sasuke always has a bad feeling. There seemed to be someone hiding in the forest, and there was a high probability that this person came after him. Suddenly Sasuke thought of Orochimaru. Could it be Orochimaru? He has already planted the seal of the sky on me. Why does he still appear? Chapter 82 Naruto. I'm so strong. At first Sasuke thought that Orochimaru had planted a spell on himself. Then Orochimaru should not appear in the dead forest. But now it looks like Orochimaru is here. But it's good to be here. Sasuke also has some things that he wants to confirm with Orochimaru. After receiving the scroll, you'd better give it to me. Remember that you can't pass the test without the scroll. Anko began to organize these genin imps to enter the Death Forest in an orderly manner. And Sasuke and the others also got the Scroll of Heaven, just like the original book. Snatch the scrolls of other teams, then get together the two scrolls of Heaven and Earth, and open the scrolls at a specific place. When the two scrolls are opened together, the teleportation can be started directly, and the teacher who confirmed the exam will be teleported. Determine the passing team. This second exam is nothing to worry about for Sasuke. It's easy to snatch scrolls. After entering the forest, Naruto and little Sakura seemed a little nervous. According to what the teacher said before, it means that we are going to find another team now, right? Naruto confirmed it to little Sakura. Little Sakura nodded. That's right, we need to find another team and make sure that the scroll in their hands is the other half of the scroll we need, and then find a way to grab it. Then you can go somewhere in the middle of the forest and pass the exam successfully. The rules are very simple. In fact, it is just a test to study the genin's ability to protect intelligence and plunder intelligence. But Naruto obviously has a big head. Looking for another team? These guys have been silent since they came in, and they don't know where they are now. How do we find it? Hearing that little Sakura was also a little distressed. From the moment she entered the forest, little Sakura obviously felt that the movement around her disappeared. Obviously, I could hear the voices of other teams before, but I didn't expect that all the clues seemed to disappear after entering the forest. These people are too good at hiding themselves. Sasuke-kun, what are you doing? Suddenly Sasuke squatted on the ground and took a look, then got up and greeted Naruto and the others while walking in a certain direction. The footprints are not ours. They should be the footprints of other teams. Looks very new. It should have been left not long ago. Looking at the direction, it should be that direction. Let's go. Sasuke said flatly. Little Sakura and Naruto listened to Sasuke's words and looked in the direction Sasuke pointed. Footprint? Are there any footprints? There is nothing at all. Sasuke didn't bother to explain and directly urged the two of them. Anyway, stop talking nonsense and come with me. Saying that, Sasuke took the lead and rushed out in that direction. Is there really such a direction? Naruto was still a little skeptical, but it didn't make him wait too long. In a forest not far ahead, two ninja squads appeared. One team is the ninjas of Kusanagi Village, and the other team is the ninjas of Rain Shinobi Village. The two sides seem to have just encountered each other and are preparing to start fighting. Seeing this, both Sakura and Naruto stopped immediately. Sasuke stood in front and looked back at the two who were not going to move on. Doing what? Hearing this, Naruto and little Sakura signaled Sasuke not to speak. There were people in front. Sasuke was speechless. Ask you, what are you doing? Are you not going to finish the exam? Little Sakura and Naruto also looked helpless. Mr. Sasuke, they are confronting each other. Wait for them to fight first, and then we will take advantage of the chaos to snatch the scroll. Look at the cautious little Sakura, and then look at the cautious Naruto. Sasuke probably understands now. Let's not talk about the little Sakura. The little Sakura at this stage really has no fighting ability. But Naruto is different. This guy probably doesn't know what his fighting power is like among this group of genin. Thinking of this, Sasuke sighed. He raised his finger and pointed to the 6 people who had already started fighting in front of him. Birdman go, Dry film all 6 of them. Clam? What? Naruto was confused. Sasuke let himself deal with 6 people alone? Are you kidding me? Is it possible that I can beat 6 people by myself? I let you go. You will know when you go. While saying that, without giving Naruto a chance to speak, he grabbed Naruto by the shoulder and threw him directly from the tree. The 6 people of Kusanagi Village and Rain Shinobi Village, who were fighting fiercely, were startled by the sudden appearance of Naruto. But looking at Naruto, who fell and ate shit, all 6 of them froze for a moment. The ninja of Konoha. Both sides backed away at the same time and glanced at Naruto's direction. For Kusanagi Village or Rain Shinobi Village, big ninja villages like Konoha should be their targets of attack. After all, as a ninja village in a big country, Sleepy Leaf attracts quite a lot of hatred. Now, as soon as Naruto appeared, the ninjas on both sides turned their heads towards Naruto. Little Sakura looked at Naruto, who was surrounded, and looked at Sasuke beside him. Sasuke, don't we really go down to help? Sasuke shook his head no. Saying this, Sasuke looked at little Sakura. Kakashi should have helped you guys do a lot of training recently. Little Sakura nodded in a daze. Yes. Although she didn't learn any powerful ninjutsu, the water-style ninjutsu she learned before can be regarded as handy now. Then just watch. The genin in these other villages are simply a bunch of useless things. Even Naruto can easily crush them. Not to mention that the current Naruto also mastered a ninjutsu, wind-style Gale Palm. Dealing with genin of this level is simply a piece of cake. Not to mention that now Naruto and little Sakura have become different from the original. Even if it is at the level of the original book, dealing with ninjas from other villages is still the same. Nothing too difficult. 3 minutes passed. Below, Naruto looked at his hands in surprise. Look at the 6 people who fell to the ground in front of them. I am so strong. Easily defeated 6 genin. Naruto seems to be frightened by his own strength. Sasuke, who jumped down from the tree, patted Naruto on the shoulder. These are just the genin of the small village. If you can't even defeat these people, you are not worthy of being the genin of Konoha. Chapter 83 Warm-up exercise begins. Sasuke found the scrolls of one of the teams. Then he raised his hand and threw it to little Sakura. Now our scrolls should be collected. The little Sakura, who took the earth scroll, looked at Sasuke in surprise. Sasuke, why do you seem to know what scrolls are on these people from the beginning? Hearing this, Sasuke smiled. When changing the scrolls, I paid a little attention. I remembered which scrolls each team was holding. What? Little Sakura froze for a moment. Can this kind of thing be remembered? No wonder Sasuke didn't feel any tension from the beginning to now. Sasuke isn't a ninja at all like me and Naruto. Little Sakura glanced at Sasuke with a complicated expression. She always has an uneasy feeling that maybe after the Chunin exam is over, Sasuke will part ways with them for some objective reasons. After all, in terms of strength, they are not at the same level at all. It's so easy to get 2 scrolls. I thought it was going to be an extraordinarily difficult battle. Naruto started to complain. Sasuke thought about the words in the original book, and the 20 is indeed an extraordinarily difficult battle. However, the dignified Konoha's ninja was played by several ninjas from other villages. It's too cheap for the status of Konoha Shinobi. Let's go. Now we're going to go to the center of the forest and hand in the scroll. We will pass the exam. And Sasuke was going to leave. Little Sakura looked at the other team. Sasuke didn't search for the scrolls on these 3 guys at all, so just put them here and forget it. But at this moment, Sasuke stopped suddenly. Turning around, he looked back at the little Sakura who hadn't moved. Little Sakura was stunned for a moment. I just thought, we don't want the scrolls on this group of people, although we already have 2 scrolls. Maybe we can, little Sakura said, and suddenly felt something behind her. Naruto directly pushed little Sakura away. Little Sakura, beware, boom. Little Sakura was pushed away, still not understanding what was going on. In the next second, a violent crash was heard. Little Sakura jumped up from the ground and threw it in Sasuke's direction quickly. On the other side, he looked back to see what was going on behind him. 3 figures stood on a tree not far away. Sand Shinobi. Seeing the forehead protectors of the 3 of them, little Sakura was stunned for a moment. The impression these 3 guys left on her was also very deep. Of course, it is impossible to forget. Boom! Gaara, with her arms crossed, jumped directly from the tree. He glanced at these people on the ground. The sand beside him was slowly fluttering, and a strong, murderous aura was crazily released toward Sasuke. Sasuke felt helpless. "Are you in such a hurry?" Gaara didn't answer, just stared at Sasuke. The sand spread slowly and kept coming toward Sasuke. Uchiha Sasuke, getting targeted by Gaara. "You better think you're unlucky." The other two on the tree spoke at this time. Kankuro was watching the show, while Temari was also staring at Naruto and Sakura. "I didn't expect you to be lucky enough to meet two garbage teams and collect the scrolls so quickly. But it's useless now. Your good luck can only be cheap for us." Now Gaara's thoughts are all on Sasuke. Since leaving Sunagakure, Gaara has heard Sasuke's name all the way. What alone solves an elite Genin's imp with a unique Uchiha blood successor limit? Such a person will become the cornerstone of Konoha in the future or something. Gaara has long been impatient to see what kind of power this so-called Uchiha's last pride has. The first exam was almost unbearable, and the second exam came. Gaara no longer needs endurance. "Kill you. I will be able to prove the meaning of my existence." Gaara spoke suddenly. The killing intent in his eyes became more intense, and it seemed that the surrounding temperature dropped a lot in an instant. Naruto watched the murderous Gaara want to step forward and shoot. However, Sasuke stopped him directly. "You are no match for this guy. Since he wants to play so much, then I will play with him." Watching Sasuke prepare to make a move, Temari and Kankuro are very disdainful. "If you want to fight Gaara, you are looking for death." Inaccurately, it should be regarded as death. The power of Gaara is not something that Genin can block. Gaara's sand, for the average Genin, is so fast that there is no room for dodge at all. Even if you dodge it with all your strength, it is difficult to avoid it completely. However, this speed is too slow for Sasuke. But Sasuke didn't intend to dodge immediately. Boom! The next second Sasuke was entangled in sand. Naruto and little Sakura immediately became a little worried. "Sasuke, ha!" Temari laughed. "I thought it would be so powerful, but I didn't expect to be caught by Gaara so easily." "Don't worry about the two over there. Once you get caught by Gaara's sand, there will only be one end. That is death." Cracklings is easy. The turbulent thunder erupted instantly, shaking all the surrounding sand away. Sasuke, covered in lightning, looked at Gaara calmly. Varied. Both Temari and Kankuro froze. This is the first time anyone has been able to break free from the sands of Gaara in an instant. And still, in this way, with lightning style, get rid of the sands of Gaara. What is this? The two stared at Sasuke, who was covered in lightning, with wide eyes. Gaara was even more excited at the moment. So strong, so strong. I have never encountered such a strong opponent. Sure enough, if I kill you, I will be able to prove the meaning of my existence. The lightning on Sasuke's body slowly disappeared, and the sand of Gaara gathered around him again. Sasuke twisted his neck slightly. "All right, I'll use you to warm up a little bit." Just finished speaking in the last second, and Sasuke's figure disappeared instantly in the next second. Swish! The rapid breaking wind sounded. Temari and Kankuro were stunned. "Where are people?" Boom! The sand at Gaara's side burst open. An afterimage appeared, and Sasuke's attack hit the sand. Then the voice from the other side sounded again. Boom! Another attack. Such a fast attack speed, this guy. How could it be so fast? Chapter 84 Strong, Sasuke, Bang Bang. Sasuke's attack, bombarding the sands of Gaara. There was a shocking sound of gas explosion. This terrifying impact echoed continuously in the forest. Temari and Kankuro on the tree were completely dumbfounded. They couldn't see Sasuke's figure at all, and could only vaguely see Sasuke's afterimage. Both of them had cold sweat on their foreheads. How is it possible this guy's speed? How is it possible to be so fast? And this kind of power has completely exceeded what Genin should have. Temari and Kankuro spoke successively. Gaara's ninjutsu to control the sand is not normal. Genin should have it. And at this moment, Naruto and little Sakura looked at each other. To this extent, Sasuke hasn't even started to be serious yet. He didn't even use lightning style. Sasuke just used pure physical attacks. What are these guys surprised about? They were so arrogant at first, thinking how strong they would be. It turned out to be nothing more than that. Suddenly, the sand defense finally couldn't keep up. Sasuke's speed has surpassed that of Xiao Li, who has not turned on 8 inner gates, although the speed is not much. But it is still very easy to break through the defense of Gaara's sand. Bang bang! A kick directly hit Gaara's jaw, kicking Gaara directly from the ground. At this moment, Gaara was attacked. Temari and Kankuro were even more surprised. How could it break through the sand's defense? It's impossible for this guy's speed. How could it be so fast? They have never seen an enemy yet capable of hurting Gaara. However, Sasuke's kick directly broke their perception. It turns out that if the attack speed is too fast, Gaara-san will have no time to defend. Bang bang! After one hit, Sasuke did not continue to pursue. Gaara, who landed on the ground, stood firmly. He just stroked his chin in disbelief. He didn't expect someone to hit him. Gaara hadn't experienced this feeling of being hit for a long, long time. He looked up at Sasuke again. Stop it. The gap between you and me is too great. If you want to kill me, you are still far away. Sasuke persuaded softly. However, Gaara seems to have ignited a long-lost fighting spirit. It had been a long time since anyone could make his blood boil. Sasuke's appearance made Gaara very excited. Boom! With a sudden wave of his hands, the sand swept towards Sasuke from left and right like two giant dragons. Sasuke shook his head. He wasn't listening at all. Bang bang! In the next second, the sand from the left and right sides hit Sasuke's position fiercely. In an instant, a large amount of sand completely covered Sasuke. Both Naruto and little Sakura held their breath for the first time. Zizizi! Thunder and lightning broke out again. Soon the irritable thunder directly swung the sand away. 1,000 birds? In an instant, there was a sound like 1,000 birds contending. Gaara's sand is completely unable to break through the high-strength Chidori lightning-style defense. Surrounding Sasuke, Sasuke directly pulled out the alloy ninja sword from behind. I've said it all. Your sand is completely useless to me now. Boom! Chidori stream was activated instantly, and all the sand was washed away. Sasuke raised his metal ninja sword and threw it straight in the direction of Gaara. In an instant, a thunder light wrapped around the ninja knife. Leaving a trace of lightning in the air, it went straight towards Gaara's face. Fortunately, the automatic defense of the sand formed several sand walls trying to block Sasuke's ninja sword. With a lightning-style ninja knife, the penetrating power is not so strong. It penetrated through 3 sand walls in a row and finally stopped in front of Gaara. Thunder and lightning slowly flowed on the ninja knife. Gaara looked at the blade close at hand. At this moment, he couldn't help swallowing his saliva. Also very surprised. I'm afraid it needs to be stronger. Beep! Beep! Suddenly the roar of the sand being violently broken through was heard, and an astonishing thunder erupted from the ninja sword in an instant. In an instant, even the last defense formed by the sand in his gourd collapsed in an instant. Sasuke's pale 5 fingers grabbed the hilt of the ninja knife at some point. The thunder that erupted on the blade instantly completely destroyed his sand defense. Sasuke holds the ninja sword with one hand. The blade rises slightly, pointing obliquely at Gaara's neck. Sasuke, covered in lightning, looked at Gaara in front of him. Do you understand the difference? Gaara didn't see that moment just now, but Temari and Kankuro on the tree are clearly seen. The lightning on Sasuke's body suddenly became a little different. Immediately after throwing the ninja sword, Sasuke's body rushed out as if turning into lightning. All the sand along the way was broken by Sasuke in an instant. He came directly in front of Gaara at an extremely fast speed and raised his hand just to grab the ninja knife that Gaara was holding. Lightning style erupted again, and the sand beside Gaara collapsed. Such power. It is simply beyond the imagination of Temari and Kankuro. The pride of their Sunagakure, the most terrifying ninja sandstorm Gaara, turned out to be powerless in front of Sasuke. This guy's lightning style is a bit too strong. It seems that what he is facing now is not Konoha Genin at all, but a monster comparable to Elite Genin. No, Do not want. Suddenly, Temari jumped down from the tree and looked at Sasuke worriedly. Don't hurt Gaara. Now she is completely free of the arrogance and domineering she was before, and she doesn't mean to despise Sasuke at all. Now looking at Sasuke is full of fear. Horrible. Too frightening. Konoha's Genin Uchiha Sasuke, with such terrifying power, does not belong to the scope of Genin at all. This guy is not something they can deal with. Seeing this, Naruto and little Sakura also showed surprise on their faces. The battle between Sasuke and the opponent is simply devastating, without any suspense. Thorough crushing from beginning to end, this kind of suppression is too strong. However, at this moment his eyes suddenly went dark. Consciousness seems to be lost in an instant. At this tense moment, someone suddenly appeared and took little Sakura away. Naruto froze in place. Sasuke also frowned. Sure enough, I did it. The warm-up is just over. Let's take a look at the gap between us now. Orochimaru. Chuan. Chapter 85 Konoha's S-Class Rebellious Ninja Little Sakura. After Naruto reacted, he rushed out in the direction of little Sakura crazily at the first time. However, how could his speed catch up? Sasuke glanced in that direction. From the moment Gaara and others appeared, Sasuke clearly felt that there were still people staring at this place, although I couldn't feel the other party's position at the time. But Sasuke was sure it was Orochimaru 9 out of 10. After all, who else but Orochimaru could make him unsure of his location? All the genin in this exam probably don't have the ability to do this kind of thing. Only Orochimaru can do it. Kidnapping little Sakura is probably also to protect Gaara. The reason for protecting Gaara is naturally very simple. After all, Gaara will become an important part of his Konoha collapse plan in the future. Naturally, I can't let Sasuke kill my love 3 Luo here. It is estimated that Orochimaru did not expect that Sasuke's strength changed so quickly that even Jinchuriki like Gaara did not have any ability to block Sasuke. Sasuke glanced back at Gaara, slowly raised his ninja sword. Sasuke took 2 steps back, turned around and glanced in the direction where Orochi disappeared. After determining the direction, an astonishing thunder erupted from Sasuke's body instantly. An extremely dazzling lightning suddenly appeared and fell directly from the sky. It was like hitting Sasuke's body. Immediately afterwards, Sasuke turned into a flash of lightning and disappeared in front of the eyes of the 3. Watching Sasuke disappear quickly, whether it's Gaara or Temari or Kankuro, their eyes all seemed a little dull at this moment. How can that be? What speed is this? Just a flash. It just disappeared in front of my eyes. Such a terrifying speed is that guy's real strength. Brilliant speed. Sasuke turned on in a blink of an eye. The speed at which it is erupting now is a world-shaking change from before. The lightning style has been strengthened, and naturally the power of lightning has also been surprisingly strengthened. As a result, Sasuke directly overtook Naruto in a short time after rushing out at an accelerated speed. In the direction of Orochimaru, it took less than 3 seconds to catch up with the big snake in front of it. Orochimaru moved quickly with little Sakura in his arms, and turned around in surprise at the moment. Looking at Sasuke, who flashed in the distance and appeared directly in front of him in the next second, wearing another person's mask, but there was horror in Orochimaru's eyes. This kid is speed and has become so much faster. Crackling, sizzling. In a split second, Sasuke crossed Orochimaru, blocking Orochimaru's way. Standing in front of Orochimaru, the lightning on Sasuke disappeared. Orochimaru's face was a little gloomy now, and he raised his hand to pinch the little Sakura's neck. Threaten me? Sasuke frowned. Orochimaru smiled. What a terrible speed. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Heard. The technique I developed myself. Oh, sure enough. It is a technique developed by myself, and I said that I have never seen such a technique. Orochimaru looked at Sasuke in front of him, more and more satisfied. Such a perfect container, and this terrifying technique has greatly exceeded Orochimaru's psychological expectations. It made Orochimaru want to take Sasuke's body immediately. But don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Orochimaru looked at Sasuke. As expected of Konoha's ninja, I have already got the scrolls needed for the exam just after the exam begins, but it's a pity that it's cheaper for me now. Speaking, Orochimaru took away Sakura's Ninja Bag Vice Admiral Sky Scroll, an Earth Scroll from childhood. Sasuke was speechless. Does this guy really think he didn't see it? With just such a human skin mask, do you think everyone is an idiot? Sasuke. At this time, Naruto's voice sounded. Naruto followed closely behind. Sasuke glanced at Orochimaru. A weak electric current suddenly burst out from the fingertips, and Orochimaru looked at Sasuke's hand and knew that Sasuke was going to make a move. However, what he didn't expect was that such a weak current in the next second made Sasuke instantly turn on the super speed mode. Flash! Sasuke disappeared in an instant. Orochimaru's eyes contracted rapidly. FR. Even in the face of this speed, he still can't react. Puff! Suddenly, there was the sound of a blade piercing his skin. At this moment, Orochimaru suddenly felt the pain. Sasuke held back the knife and stabbed him in the shoulder. The above lightning style temporarily paralyzed Orochimaru's body. Orochimaru froze. How is this possible? When did this kid? Suddenly, the image in front of Orochimaru's eyes flashed, and Sasuke, who was supposed to appear in front, suddenly came to the side. And Sasuke took advantage of the situation to save little Sakura from Orochimaru. And at this moment, Orochimaru looked at Sasuke. Sasuke's Sharingan was turning rapidly. When? I was actually given by this kid's illusion, and he doesn't even know when the opponent's ninjutsu will be launched. How can that be? Orochimaru looked at Sasuke in shock now. The air commander jumped away with the little Sakura, turned around, and threw the little Sakura in the direction of Naruto. Take little Sakura and go first. Naruto, who rushed over, couldn't figure out what was going on, so he had no choice but to follow little Sakura and leave in the distance. After all, little Sakura was already in a coma. Even if he wants to help, he needs to settle little Sakura first. Orochimaru, who injured his shoulder, now looks back at Sasuke. That unbelievable gaze fixed on Sasuke. Illusion. It really surprises me. Is there even such an accomplishment in illusion? Uchiha's kid. 5.3 The current Sasuke has lifted the flashlight. After all, maintaining this state consumes a lot of chakra. Sasuke lightly waved the ninja sword in his hand. Still pretending to be with me? Orochimaru. Suddenly, Sasuke directly exposes Orochimaru's identity. Orochimaru froze for a moment. Does this kid know who he is? After the last fight, I went back to Konoha and checked for a long time. Konoha's S-rank rebellious ninja, one of the former masters, Orochimaru, saying that Sasuke slowly put the ninja's sword into the sheath behind his back. Seeing Sasuke's action, Orochimaru's eyes sparkled. It's surprising, it's too surprising. Not only has a strong talent and strength, but also a shrewd mind to find out his identity like this. The corners of Orochimaru's mouth curled up slowly. Chapter 86 Orochimaru. Follow me, Mr. Sasuke, since you know my identity and dare to chase after me. Do you think you can defeat me? Orochimaru's disgusting tongue twitched at the corner of his mouth. Sasuke looked at Orochimaru. You will know if you can beat you, but I didn't come here for this. Isn't it to defeat myself to avenge my defeat last time? Orochimaru was more interested in Sasuke now. This kid really gave him too many surprises. First, there was no movement in the cursed seal, and then Sasuke's power surged in a short period of time, and the speed of progress was like riding a rocket. This was simply beyond Orochimaru's expectations by far too much. Then why did you dare to catch up? Orochimaru gently moved his injured shoulder. The bleeding had stopped. Foreshadowed. Orochimaru was stunned for a moment. Unexpectedly, Sasuke knew even Akatsuki. How do you know? 29-inch now Akatsuki is still a secret to the entire ninja world, an extremely secretive organization. And the villages didn't pay too much attention to this organization. Isn't Itachi in the Akatsuki organization? Sasuke said lightly. Of course, Orochimaru knew that Uchiha Itachi joined Akatsuki, but he was surprised that Sasuke knew of Akatsuki's existence. With Sasuke's current status, it is impossible to get this kind of information. By what means did this kid know about Akatsuki's existence? You want to get information about Akatsuki from me? Sasuke nodded. That's right. Although Orochimaru wanted to break his head, he couldn't figure out why Sasuke knew about Akatsuki's existence. But now he has a problem. Sasuke wants to go to Uchiha Itachi. The purpose is also very simple. Even Sasuke knows it without telling Orochimaru. For revenge. Itachi killed the entire Uchiha clan. Sasuke probably hated Itachi. Although Orochimaru knew there was something else going on, it didn't matter to Orochimaru. Want to seek revenge on Uchiha Itachi. Hearing that Sasuke didn't answer anything, he hasn't decided whether to kill Itachi yet. After all, the Sasuke of today is not the Sasuke of the past. But the reason for asking Akatsuki's information was to shock Dawei. If I don't even know about Zhao's existence, Orochimaru won't be too surprised about what I really want to ask later. It might even feel normal. Sasuke didn't speak. Orochimaru smiled, thinking he guessed right instead. The former Sannin, the current rebel Orochimaru. It may not be so simple to return to Konoha again. Hearing Sasuke's words suddenly, the smile on Orochimaru's face also disappeared a lot. I didn't expect a kid to be able to guess so much. Want to know what I'm doing back to Konoha? Hearing this, Sasuke shook his head. No. This question is actually not important to me. I'm here for you. Sasuke. Suddenly, Orochimaru said this. For myself. Orochimaru's Konoha collapse plan is not an important goal in itself. To be precise, I just discovered it incidentally. But Orochimaru said this obviously to numb himself. It seems that Orochimaru still doesn't want anyone to know about Konoha's collapse plan. For me? Sasuke-kun, how about following me? You want revenge? I can give you the power of revenge. Orochimaru has now spoken directly to bewitch Sasuke. No way Sasuke is so good that Orochimaru starts to worry if he doesn't take Sasuke away now. Then I am afraid there will be no chance to take Sasuke away. After all, Sasuke is too dazzling, and he is from the Uchiha family, so maybe Konoha will be in danger soon. In addition to Sarutobi, Konoha also has an old coin hidden in the dark. Sasuke was likely to be killed by the opponent secretly, without knowing when. Give me strength. What strength do you think you can give me? Crackling. This is easy. The lightning style on Sasuke erupted instantly, and the lightning style discharge was turned on at full power. The violent thunder burst out directly, splitting the surrounding trees in an instant. Looking at Sasuke, enveloped by violent thunder. It looked murderous for a moment. Orochimaru waved his hand. Your strength is very strong. You can reach this level at your age. It's really outstanding. But compared to that man, he's still too tender. Come with me. I can help you become stronger and help you avenge Uchiha Itachi. Sasuke looks at Orochimaru's appearance. Making a somewhat troubled look, Orochimaru continued to persuade upon seeing this. In fact, Sasuke has long been thinking about leaving Konoha. After all, staying here is really troublesome. Konoha's environment is very complicated, but Sasuke hopes to take the sealed book with him before leaving. So, the main purpose of coming to see Orochimaru is to cooperate with Orochimaru and snatch the sealed book. No, just relying on you. Can you help me defeat Itachi? 123. I do not believe. Orochimaru was stunned, and there was absolutely no problem with his majestic Sannin strength. Without a powerful technique, it is impossible to defeat that man. It was said that Orochimaru sensed that Sasuke seemed to have some purpose. So Sasuke-kun, what do you want to do? The sealed book. Hearing these 4 words, Orochimaru became excited. The Book of Seals was indeed something he wanted very much. There were too many Konoha forbidden techniques recorded on it. But wanting this thing is not so easy. After all, Hokage guards it himself. Usually, wait, isn't this the best opportunity? Orochimaru looked at Sasuke. Maybe I can help you get the sealed book. If you can get the sealed book, then I can go with you. Hearing this, Orochimaru's eyes sparkled. Okay, Sasuke-kun, don't worry. I will definitely get the sealed book. While talking, Orochimaru was about to say something, but suddenly there were footsteps in the distance. Orochimaru glanced at Sasuke with some reluctance. It seems that our conversation time is over here. It's a pity that I want to chat with you more. Chapter 87, the first qualifier. Enjoy this exam. Sasuke-kun. Orochimaru smiled mysteriously. Seems like Sasuke doesn't know about his Konoha collapse plan. Sasuke looked at the disappearing Orochimaru and raised his hand to catch the Sky Scroll and Earth Scroll thrown by Orochimaru in the air. Naruto appeared next to Sasuke shortly thereafter. Sasuke, how is the situation on your side? Sasuke casually threw the scroll to Naruto. He ran away, but the scroll was snatched back. Hearing this, Naruto caught the scroll and heaved a sigh of relief. Just grab the scroll and get it back. Where's little Sakura? I hid her in a safe place and left a clone to take care of her. Don't worry. Let's go back and bring little Sakura with me, and then go to the next location. This time, he asked Orochimaru to help with the sealed book. Sasuke just wanted an extra layer of insurance. After all, if Sasuke is acting alone, it may not be easy to take the sealed book away, and it will be bad if something goes wrong. It is naturally a better choice to let Orochimaru shoot himself with the mantis catching the cicada and the Oriole behind. And Orochimaru has only one chance to steal the sealed book. That's when the plan for Konoha's collapse began, and Orochimaru himself has to hold back the third generation. After all, in Konoha's collapse plan, killing the third generation is the top priority. Therefore, the person who steals the sealed book can only be someone else, and Orochimaru's subordinates can make Orochimaru trust. And there should be only one Kimimaro left who has enough strength to snatch the sealed book. At that time, regardless of whether it is Kimimaro or not, in short, Orochimaru's people enter the Hokage building first, which can also attract some attention. And Sasuke is ready to start with the sealed book. Sasuke thought about his plan. Little Sakura was found before he knew it, and the unconscious little Sakura was brought by Naruto. Then the three quickly walked through the forest, come to the venue where the scroll is verified on the other side. This is the preliminaries for the Chunin exam. As the first team to come here, the Sky Scroll and the Earth Scroll were opened at the same time. Sending the examiner over, Sasuke and the others passed successfully. But the qualifiers won't start right away. After all, they have to wait for other candidates. Kakashi and others were not at all surprised that Sasuke and the others were able to pass first. After all, today's Sasuke is not what it used to be. The strength of the combat power is no longer comparable to that of ordinary genin, especially Kakashi and Yui Hong. They are completely aware of how pervert Sasuke is. The people who passed the Death Force test are also the same as the original. The only difference is that the order has changed somewhat. Sasuke, Naruto, and others were the first to pass, and the second team to pass was Xiao Li, Tian, and Husai. After that, Kurenai Yui's team, Kiba, Shino, and Hinata, and the cannon fodder team from Otoshi Village passed through. Then came Shikamaru, Ino, and Chai. Last but not least is the Gaara trio from San Shinobi. Maybe it's because Sasuke hit Gaara a little bit, which caused this guy to still be unhappy when he saw Sasuke again, even though he came here. Lost a lot of color in the eyes. It looked a little lifeless. Originally, Sasuke didn't care too much about the qualifiers, but when the list of matches came out, Sasuke became interested. Because of the first game, it's Sasuke, and Sasuke's opponent is Lee Locke. Xiao Li looked at his own name, which appeared behind Sasuke's name. Finally, it's my turn. Xiao Li looked sideways at Sasuke. The purpose of practicing for so long is to challenge you, a genius. Lee, come on. Niji took the initiative to cheer Xiao Li up. After all, his current target is also Sasuke. It can be regarded as having come to the united front with Xiao Li. Xiao Li looks full of energy, but as Xiao Li's teacher, my guy's complexion is not very good. But at this time, you can't say anything depressing. My disciple is full of confidence. In order to challenge Sasuke and prove that hard work can surpass genius, he has practiced for a long time with this belief. Can he attack his disciple at this time? Finally, let me wait for the chance to fight you head-on. Sasuke can, please. Xiao Li, who jumped directly into the playing field, looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke sighed on the sidelines. Shouldn't the direct opponent in the qualifiers be that unknown cannon fodder ninja? It turned out to be Xiao Li, but now he has to be more serious. Xiao Li at this stage is not just talking. This guy is definitely the strongest existence in genin. Even to some extent, the threat is even greater than Gaara. Sasuke also jumped straight down, came to the opposite side of Xiao Li. Sasuke looked at Xiao Li, who had a fighting look on his face. Do you really want to fight like this? Hearing this, Xiao Li was stunned for a moment. He didn't understand what Sasuke meant. Do you want to water it? Sasuke-kun, since I lost to you last time, I have made up my mind to surpass you. During this period of time, I have been practicing all the time in order to be able to have a contest with you openly. Defeating you head-on proves that even if I don't know ninjutsu or illusion, I can still become a powerful ninja even if I just use body skills. Xiao Li's words made Sasuke a little speechless. Good Qian Zhao. With such generous words, I don't seem to have any reason to say anything more. Okay, the two contestants are ready. 3, 2, 1, go! At this time, third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, also came to the island with Orochimaru pretending to be fourth Kazekage. While walking, he looked at the two people below. Even third generation was stunned when they saw these two, Sasuke versus Lee Locke. This is a good show to watch. One is only good at physical skills, and the other is probably a little weaker in physical skills. Such a contest is quite interesting. Don't know ninjutsu and jinjutsu? Wouldn't it be a waste to match Sasuke? In the auditorium, Shikamaru, Kiba, Shino, Chai, Ino, and others are discussing. However, Niji on the side couldn't help retorting. Just wait and see. Even a ninja, who knows only physical skills, is not so easy to deal with. Chapter 88, Hard Work or Genius, Who is Better? Who is better than hard work or genius? Defeat Lee Locke, one of Konoha 12 Strong's reward. One chance to use Ninjutsu Lab, limited to developing ninjutsu. Ninjutsu? The fight with Xiao Li even caused the system to assign a doctor. Good. Sasuke is finally getting a little excited now too. After all, what the system rewards this time is the Ninjutsu Laboratory, although it restricts itself to only develop ninjutsu. But the Ninjutsu Lab is a reward that Sasuke has been dreaming of. Then Xiao Li, I won't be polite. Hearing that, Xiao Li, who was about to make a move, suddenly became more excited. There were even tears in my eyes. Perhaps in Xiao Li's view, a serious Sasuke is the greatest respect for him. So Sasuke is so serious that he recognizes his strength in disguise. He will naturally feel happy. At this moment, even Might Guy let go of his heart-wrenching worries, opened his hands, and started shouting loudly for Xiao Li. Go! Li shows Sasuke, Chun-Li from special training. Hearing this, Xiao Li nodded quickly. Yes, teacher. The two people who were so passionate made Ino and others present a little puzzled. What kind of situation is this? Isn't it just a match? How could these two people make it seem like something extremely passionate? Next second, bang bang. Amazing speed. The attack from Xiao Li was many times faster than before. Even Sasuke's speed was taken aback by Li's. Before that, Sasuke felt that even in simple physical skills, he had completely surpassed Xiao Li. But now as soon as Xiao Li made a move, Sasuke immediately put away his ridiculous thoughts. Sasuke himself is getting stronger, but other people are also getting stronger. And even because of their own influence, Hoji and the others are also becoming stronger in their own way. One strike. Xiao Li's attack is not only extremely fast, but also powerful. Even Sasuke felt that he was barely strong enough to stop Xiao Li. Boom. There was no skill in one blow, and Xiao Li's continuous whip legs swept towards Sasuke continuously. While Sasuke was blocking, he also suddenly accelerated and punched directly. Facing Sasuke's attack, Xiao Li easily defuses it with one move this time, and then leaps forward on the spot, fists, elbows, and knees, all smashing towards Sasuke crazily like various cannonballs. For a moment, the pure body skills of the two collided, and the movement that erupted directly stunned everyone. You didn't take it seriously at first, thinking that Lee Locke, a guy who looks stupid, should be handled by Sasuke in 3 seconds. But I didn't expect that once this guy made a move, it directly refreshed their cognition. This guy is so strong. Fong stared at Lee Locke with wide-eyed eyes, and Ji, now at the side, also seemed to have not expected this situation. Gently helped his eyes, as if he wanted to look more carefully. I told you not to underestimate Xiao Li. At this time every day, I took a last look at these guys. Kiba and Shino glanced in Tian Tian's direction, but didn't continue talking. Shikamaru and others on the side couldn't believe it either. Is it possible to grow into such a powerful ninja just by relying on physical skills? The speed is so fast, my eyes can barely see the details of the fight between the two. Asuma smiled. Don't underestimate ninjas, he said and looked in the direction of Might Guy, especially that guy known as Konoha Blue Beast, as his disciple. Even if he only knows physical skills, it's not that simple. Shikamaru looked at Xiao Li, who was attacking wildly in the field, and Might Guy, who was in tears. The Blue Beast? This guy? Bang bang. Boom boom boom. Suddenly a powerful impact sounded, accompanied by a burst of smoke. Everyone couldn't help rubbing their eyes. CJCB looked at the field in disbelief. In the arena, the person who was hit and flew to the wall turned out to be Sasuke. Sasuke jumped down from the cracked wall, raised his hand, and gently covered his chest. So that's how it is. The body's instinctive reaction has been trained to such an extent. Nice! Sasuke looked up at Lee with a smile. When it comes to speed and strength, there is naturally nothing to say. Lee has become much stronger again. But when it comes to physical skills, Sasuke is no worse than G. However, in order to deal with him, this guy deliberately trained his physical instincts. So much so that the moment Sasuke caught Lee's flaw just now, this guy actually relied on his physical instincts to directly kick an extremely abnormal kick. Let Sasuke be knocked out directly. Lee had a smile on his face. It is my honor to be praised by Mr. Sasuke. But the battle is not over yet, Sasuke-kun. The warm-up activities are almost over. Let's get serious too. Sasuke smiled and didn't speak, but an electric current burst from Sasuke's shoulder. In the next second, it instantly spread to Sasuke's whole body. Lightning-style discharge. At this stage, there is no need to turn on the super speed. If you are serious, then using lightning-style discharge is enough. Seeing the lightning flashing out, Lee smiled even wider on his face. This time Sasuke took the lead, and Lee's change is not only faster but also stronger. Even the skills are much more subtle, and the current Sasuke can't even guarantee that he can win this guy in his physical skills. So, it's necessary when going first. The lightning gathered under his feet, and the brief acceleration gave Sasuke an acceleration, but the distance was not long. In the next second, lightning instantly gathered on Sasuke's fist. The fist with lightning struck Lee's face fiercely. For a split second, Lee smiled, but in the next second his speed accelerated a lot again. The body seemed to disappear directly, turning into an afterimage. Sasuke's eyes narrowed slightly. Sharingan? Sasuke caught Lee's figure the moment Sharingan was turned on. This guy came behind him, turning around. His hands were crossed behind him for an instant, and Lee gathered his arms. Bang bang! Zazizi the roar and thunder sounded at the same time. Sasuke slid back to a distance of 5 or 6 meters before slowly stopping. Both feet stomped firmly on the ground, leaving 2 scratches on the floor. Sasuke slowly lowered his hands and looked at Lee in surprise. Chapter 89. The moment of full firepower in an instant. Xiao Li's speed suddenly became so fast that Sasuke couldn't see clearly. So much so that if the Sharingan hadn't been activated instantly, the blow just now would have hit the back of his head firmly. At that time, the victory and defeat were probably decided in an instant. Sasuke's expression at the moment is very dignified. He stared at Lee firmly. As expected of Mr. Sasuke, you have such a fast reaction speed. I originally thought that this blow should be able to hit you hard. Sasuke slowly stood up straight and shook his numb hands. The strength of the blow just now was astonishing, but the most astonishing thing should be Lee's weird pace. The pace just now, the speed of the explosion is very fast. Sasuke said, more of a smile on Lee's face. This is a special skill I discovered by accident, which can obtain a short-term acceleration and make me faster. At first I thought dealing with Mr. Sasuke could be regarded as a nirvana, but now it seems that it is still a little bit worse. Saying that, Lee clenched his fists. Sasuke, let's continue. Seeing that Xiao Li didn't want to speak carefully, Sasuke didn't continue to ask. After all, this is a trick developed by others. How could it be possible to tell myself all of it directly? But, since you don't say it, then Sasuke will watch it for himself. Isn't it easy for the Sharingan of Sengoku to copy a simple physical technique. In the next second, Sasuke's eyes directly locked on Lee, and then followed Ji's movements. Sasuke's body also moved correspondingly almost at the same time. Whether it's raising your legs or waving your hands, you can basically ensure that your pace is completely consistent. At this moment, Lee felt that something was wrong. Is this imitating me? Sasuke-kun? But this is not something that can be learned by imitation. Beep! Suddenly, Lee rushed towards Sasuke, and Sasuke also rushed towards Lee. With the same posture and the same attack method, the two hit each other. But the only difference is that Sasuke has thunder on his body, but Ji doesn't. Neither of the two attacks allowed the other side to take any advantage. But Sasuke then perfectly replicated Lee's move with Sharingan. Right now is a great opportunity to improve physical skills. Sasuke is not in a hurry to drop Shaoli to solve it. Sasuke relies on lightning style to maintain the speed of himself and Shaoli. At the same time, a little power enhanced by lightning style discharge also allows Sasuke to not be suppressed too much in the confrontation. Although Shaoli has undergone special training, his physical skills have improved a lot, but it is still only able to maintain a level with Sasuke. Seeing this, Guy was a little worried. Not good. The battle is going on fiercely. Both Ye Tian and Niji are cheering for Lee in their hearts. However, their teacher suddenly said something bad. Teacher, what's wrong? If this continues, Shao Li's situation will be very bad, my guy said with a heavy face. At this time, even Naruto was a little curious. Teacher, thick eyebrows, why is it so bad? Didn't your disciple fight back and forth with Sasuke? Kakashi tapped Naruto on the head. Call Mr. Guy. My guy is my good friend. Guy didn't care what Naruto called him, but he just focused on the field and became more and more worried. Kakashi explained to Guy. Sasuke's blood successor limit, the Uchiha clan's Sharingan. Once the 3-Tomo Sharingan is activated, it can easily copy the enemy's ninjutsu, jinjutsu, and even movements. So, if we continue to fight like this, once Shao Li's movements are completely copied by Sasuke, it means that Sasuke will be able to master all his attacks. That's when Sasuke has the upper hand. Hearing this, Naruto looked into Sasuke's eyes. It's really an enviable blood succession limit. And Kakashi didn't say a word. That is, with Sasuke's terrifying talent, after copying Lee's movements, he may be able to master them in an instant. It even becomes one's own thing in an instant, and Sasuke's physical skills will be improved by leaps and bounds in an instant. Plum, don't wait any longer. Do it. Let him see your strongest move. At this time, Guy outside the court shouted at Lee. Lee, who was entangled with Sasuke, suddenly stopped and looked back at Guy with a complicated expression. Asked for flower 0, but Guy nodded at him. Lee also made up his mind. All of a sudden, he jumped away, opening the distance with Sasuke. It fell onto the stone statue on the side. Lee began to bend over to lift the weight off his body. Sasuke-kun, you are really strong. I have to do my best to deal with you. But for the next attack, I may not be able to hold my hand in time. So you'd better not show any mercy. Hearing this, Sasuke is also helpless. This is obviously planning to use the rhythm of 8 inner gates. A qualifier won't be so hard for me. Do you really want me to do my best? Shao Li nodded heavily. Take all the weight off your hands and feet at the same time. Watching Shao Li tinkering for a long time, he took out 2 rows of weights. Kankuro laughed suddenly. I thought this guy, what was he going to do? It turned out that he just lifted a little weight. It's so ridiculous. What can I do after this little burden is lifted? Bang, 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 when Shao Li let go of his hand and the heavy object fell to the ground. All the ninjas present were stunned by the movement. Kankuro's smile also froze suddenly. Who would have thought that such 2 small things could have such a terrifying weight? Guy, you guy. Kakashi was also a little speechless. Guy smiled out of necessity. It's all Lee's own request. After all, the genius he chases is more terrifying than the genius I once chased. Now Guy looked at Kakashi confidently. We'd better save Sasuke later. Otherwise, he might be killed by Lee. Kakashi's expression became a little unnatural when he heard this. So sure, Sasuke will lose? Guy nodded his head as a matter of course. Although your student is very strong, when this trick is used, it is impossible for him to win. Originally, Guy thought that Kakashi would agree with him, but Kakashi didn't speak. Just smiled lightly. This made Guy worry instead. Chapter 90, Beyond the Power of Hokage. While Shao Li lifted the weight, he also untied the bandages wrapped around his hands. Seeing this action, all the Jnins present frowned. Kurenai Yuhi, Saratobi Asuma, and even Kakashi were a little worried. This action made them all think of some terrible pictures. Next second, it was directly accompanied by Lee's roar. Sasuke, I'm coming. 8 inner gates the first gate. Open the gate. Open. Sasuke sighed softly. This is really going to be serious. The left hand behind the back is already making madras. In the next second, Sasuke didn't say anything, but just silently stared at Lee in the distance. In an instant, Lee's figure disappeared, and he rushed directly to Sasuke. This time, Lee didn't use any skills, but used pure strength and terrifying explosive power to give Ji an astonishing 30-inch speed. Almost just for a brief moment, it appeared beside Sasuke. Beep! A punch directly tore through the air, and an astonishing roar erupted. The fist hit Sasuke's cheek fiercely with strong fist pressure. At this moment, Sasuke's Sharingan turned to ultimate, and the 3 hooked jades spun quickly, while his body fell backwards, and he dodged them at the last moment. After dodging one blow, Lee Kuan Yew's attacks followed one after another. Facing wave after wave of attacks, Sasuke is struggling like a solitary boat in a storm. Lee's speed after lifting the weight once again surprised everyone. Even Orochimaru, disguised as 4th Kazekage, was taken aback. Konoha's ninja is really surprising. Hearing this, Hiruzen also smiled. They're all just a bunch of brats. Let 4th Kazekage laugh. The fierce roar in the field continued to think. Every attack by Lee can blast the air abruptly, but Sasuke's Sharingan caught his attack every time and dodged it extremely. After Lee attacked hundreds of times in a row, he no longer continued to waste energy by attacking. Sasuke, you force me. I can't help it. In the next second, Lee suddenly changed his movements and began to spin around Sasuke quickly. In the blink of an eye, a ring of smoke suddenly rose up. Lee's speed was getting faster and faster, making people dizzy, and then the smoke formed after images one after another. Basically, no one can see Lee's figure clearly. Hey, Guy, do you really want to do this? Kakashi is getting a little nervous. This is not a joke. Guy nodded without hesitation. Of course, Kakashi, didn't you see what kind of consciousness the 2 men on the field are holding? This is very dangerous. In case Sasuke, while Kakashi was talking, suddenly Lee accelerated. He rushed out of the smoke, and in an instant, kicked Sasuke's jaw directly. Under countless horrified gazes, Sasuke's body soared into the air. Immediately afterwards, Lee came directly behind Sasuke in the air, and the bandage quickly wrapped Sasuke. Sorry, Sasuke. Biao Lianhua. Beep. Lee, who suddenly hugged Sasuke from behind. The two spun rapidly from the air and fell down with their heads hitting the ground. A series of astonishing and incomparably fast speeds made the entire qualifier scene silent. Naruto and little Sakura were stunned. With his mouth wide open, he could already stuff an egg, but he just stared down blankly. Dust and smoke rose. Teacher Jinin, who served as the referee, was sweating hard in his heart. They are all Konoha's genin, so you need to work so hard. In the silence, Lee slowly got up and stood up from the pile of rubble. He looked excitedly at the Sasuke who hadn't stood up. Lee was still thinking about it. However, the bandages binding Sasuke loosened in the next second. Crackling thunderbolts suddenly exploded. At this moment, the mouths of Naruto and the others suddenly closed. He took a deep breath. Sensei, what's the situation? Sasuke, turn into Lei? Naruto asked, and the little Sakura on the side was also surprised by this, but soon she thought of a technique. Idiot Naruto. How could Sasuke-kun become Lei? This is Shadow Clone, lightning-style Shadow Clone. Hearing this, Naruto remembered it belatedly. When did you use the technique? Kakashi was also very surprised. I even hid it from me. I didn't even notice when this kid used lightning-style Shadow Clone. Last second, Shikamaru and the others, who were shocked by Shao Li's amazing attack power, are now surprised by Sasuke's clone. That is to say, Lee spent a lot of energy to attack Sasuke's lightning-style clone. It's not good for Lee Kun now. Asuma was surprised to look at another direction in the field, and that direction was where the real Sasuke was. At this age, can you use lightning-style shadow clone? It's scary. Xiao Li panted. He dodged the lightning attack from the explosion of the lightning-style avatar, looking at the unharmed Sasuke on the other side. Unexpectedly, I was deceived by a clone. As expected of Sasuke-kun, I didn't notice when I used the clone at all. Sasuke smiled. While you're lifting the weight, what? At that time, the avatar was used, and the current scene was anticipated at that time. Do not. It should be said that Sasuke's care and caution saved him from a blow. Lee nodded in admiration. However, Mr. Sasuke, I won't give up so easily. It may be impossible for you to use Shadow Clone to avoid the next attack. I won't give you this chance either. Speaking of Lee's chakra, the flow suddenly accelerated. 8 inner gates, second gate. Open the door. For point 1, third gate. Shengmin open. Suddenly, the chakra erupting from Xiao Li's body set off an astonishing wave, directly forming a strong air wave and rushing toward both sides. Xiao Li's whole appearance also began to undergo a huge change. Naruto and others were stunned by the terrifying chakra fluctuations. What kind of trick? Kakashi glanced at his friend Guy, and then at G in the arena. 8 inner gates. Konoha's forbidden technique. Gain terrifying power by opening the 8 gates in the human body. If you open all 8 gates, you can even instantly gain power dozens of times greater than that of Hokage. Naruto was stunned. Even the other Konoha 12 Zyokyang were stunned at this moment. Beyond, Hokage, dozens of times the strength. 8 inner gates. Chapter 91, 8 inner gates versus Flash. The 4th gate. Hurt the door. Open. With the opening of the 4th gate of the 8 inner gates, he really means starting to enter the state of the 8 inner gates. This is the danger zone of the 8 inner gates. Once the 4th gate is opened, the power that erupts will be completely different from the previous 3rd gate. In Sasuke's eyes, Sharingan is running fast. The powerful pupil power seemed to be consumed crazily at this moment. Unbeknownst to Sasuke, his eyes were copying the 8 inner gates as closely as possible. It is impossible to copy forbidden technique. Ordinary spell copying is fine. As for spells like 8 inner gates, it is impossible to directly copy them with Sharingan. However, Sasuke's current Sharingan is running crazily, as if he wants to try to copy this technique. At the same time, with the assistance of Sharingan, Sasuke observed many wonderful changes after Lee opened 8 inner gates. Sasuke. At this time, Sasuke was immersed in the wonder of observing the 8 inner gates. However, Lee yelled and called Sasuke back directly. Sasuke, who came back to his senses, looked at Xiao Li in front of him. Powerful chakra waves lingered around Xiao Li's side, and the airflow that was set off was rippling crazily throughout the venue. If you are not serious, you will not be able to withstand the next attack. Just now, Xiao Li noticed that Sasuke was obviously distracted. Hearing Xiao Li's words, Sasuke also exhaled lightly. Yes, facing the 8 inner gates. Even though Xiao Li has only activated the 4th gate now, he can't take it lightly. Don't worry, I won't be killed by you so easily, said Sasuke's mouth slightly raised. He raised his hand and hooked Xiao Li, this action. It reminded little Li that when he met Sasuke for the first time, Sasuke did the same thing to him at that time. But for the first time, Xiao Li felt Sasuke's strong provocation. But this time what he felt was Sasuke's respect. Nourish. Moment. A bolt of lightning burst out from between Sasuke's eyebrows. This thunder spread instantly like a spider web. Immediately afterwards, Sasuke's whole body was suddenly covered. An intense thunder and lightning roared. Lightning-style extreme speed. Crackling. The beating thunder surrounded Sasuke's body, and even Sasuke's hairstyle changed because of the lightning. Look at Sasuke like this. Shikamaru and others, who are also genin, stared wide-eyed. This time is different from before. The power of Sasuke's lightning style is no longer what it used to be. This time it was turned on quickly, and I could clearly feel the changes in Sasuke. Asuma and others couldn't help but exclaim, What a powerful lightning style. This kid has reached such an unfathomable level in lightning style's nature transformation. Hearing this, Shikamaru was a little puzzled. What does the teacher mean? Asuma looked at the extremely violent thunder beside Sasuke. Ordinary Genin lightning style may not be able to erupt such an astonishing movement, but the power of this kid's lightning style is obviously different. Joy was also shining in Orochimaru's eyes. Such a genius is indeed too difficult. But he looked at Sarutobi. Konoha is really the cradle of geniuses. These two genins will probably be among the best in Konoha in the future. Hearing the words of 4th Kazekage, Hiruzen was in a good mood and smiled humbly. They're still just brats, and they're far from strong. Shaoli looked at the thunder that covered Sasuke's body. As expected of the opponent I identified, this move looks very strong. But compared with my 8 inner gates, which one is stronger and weaker? Beep! Shaoli suddenly broke out. The explosive power brought by the powerful 8 inner gates raised Shaoli's speed to a new level. The moment he made the movement, even the air shook wildly. A pothole suddenly appeared on the ground with one step. The figure flew towards Sasuke as quickly as a cannonball. However, in the face of Shaoli, who was rushing towards him at an astonishing speed, the corners of Sasuke's mouth rose slightly. Flash! Crack! Sasuke, who instantly turned into a bolt of lightning, left a trail of lightning, and his figure disappeared instantly. The two burst out at the same time at an unimaginable speed for ordinary ninjas. The roar of a thunderbolt bursting in the air and the sound of air being compressed and exploding sounded at the same time. The thunder snake kept beating, and the strong air shock wave of Redao spread out. Sasuke held the alloy ninja sword in one hand, and his figure suddenly turned into lightning and retreated back. On the other side, Shaoli was also pushed back by the shock. The first time the two played against each other, they were evenly matched. Amazing! Just one hit. The movement caused by the two shocked everyone present. Everyone in Konoha is fine. However, the Gaara trio of Sunagakure are now full of disbelief. The people of Konoha are so scary. That Uchiha guy is fine, but this guy who only knows physical skills is so terrifying. Next second, excited eyes flickered on Shaoli's face. For 140 broke out again, dong dong, 2 roars sounded. Straight toward Sasuke. Then Sasuke's figure also turned into lightning, flickering crazily in the field. Lightning style gathered on the alloy ninja swords, slashing crazily at Shaoli's fist. Then the picture that appeared in front of people's eyes became. The two flickered continuously, and 7 or 8 roars could be heard at the same time, almost at the same time. The electric light trail, left by Sasuke's movement, is almost connected into an irregular grid in the entire venue. And the astonishing air waves caused by the same movement of Shaoli, wave after wave, without any pause. A battle of this level is no longer something Genin can fight. Teacher Genin, who is the referee, is sweating profusely now. These two villains seem to tear down the entire stadium. The speed of both of them is so fast. I can't see their movements at all. Naruto tried his best to open his eyes wide, trying to see the movements of the two clearly, but he couldn't do it at all. Not to mention them, Kakashi has already exposed the masked Sharingan. Otherwise, he couldn't see their movements clearly. In a battle of this level, it is said that 2 Genins are fighting. No one would doubt it. However, the two fighting are only Genin. Chapter 92, The Final Trump Card Boom. The figures of the two people flickered in the arena. Everyone who watched the fierce battle couldn't take their eyes off it. In such a fierce battle, it is not known who will win in the end. Sensei, do you think Sasuke can win? Little Sakura asked Kakashi. This question is not easy to answer. According to the current situation, the two are considered to be evenly matched. It's really hard to say who can win now. Looking at Kakashi seems to be a little hesitant. Little Sakura was even more worried. Is it possible for that guy to defeat Sasuke? Compared to this, Naruto was more surprised that Shaoli could beat Sasuke. You know, even he never thought he could defeat Sasuke. Kakashi nodded. It's not impossible. Sasuke's lightning style is extremely fast. This technique gives Sasuke terrifying speed through lightning style's nature transformation. But the improvement brought about is only an increase in speed, but Xiao Li is different. 8 inner gates make Xiao Li's speed and strength extremely terrifying. Even because of the defense formed by the explosive chakra winding, Xiao Li's defense has also improved. So Sasuke needs to use ninja swords to defend and attack against Xiao Li. Saying that, Kakashi glanced at the two people in the field. At this stage, Sasuke's speed is faster, but the attack can't hurt Xiao Li, and Xiao Li's attack is very strong. Once Sasuke doesn't defend with the ninja sword, he will suffer heavy injuries in an instant. Then the battle will be decided. It can be said that it has become a protracted war now. Bang bang. Suddenly, Sasuke's figure flew upside down and hit the wall fiercely. The sudden roar made everyone hold their breath suddenly. Sasuke got hit. Little Sakura said. Teacher Kakashi said just now that if he gets hit, the battle can be said to be over. Doesn't the current situation mean that Sasuke lost? Zizizi. The restless thunder made an astonishing roar. It is obviously different from the lightning-fast lightning style. Kakashi was stunned for a moment. What is Sasuke? He actually defended with Chidori in an instant. Kakashi said with a smile on his face. The smoke dissipated, and Sasuke's body surged with thick thunder snakes. Chidori stream. Sasuke panted lightly. The moment he was hit just now, fortunately, he forcibly launched Chidori style. In the case of activating lightning style, the control requirements for chakra are not low when activating Chidori. Xiao Li is also a little out of breath now. Under continuous high-intensity attacks, Sasuke defended perfectly and even launched more powerful attacks. This surprised Xiao Li very much. Just now he managed to seize the opportunity to hit Sasuke, but Xiao Li looked at the scorched bandage on his fist. Lightning style of the defensive type? There is such a technique, as expected of a genius Sasuke. He can even develop defensive moves in lightning-style ninjutsu. Xiao Li turned to look at his teacher. And at this moment, my guy also understood Xiao Li's meaning. Let's go. If you want to do it, do it. Such an enemy deserves your best shot. Seeing the teacher smile, Xiao Li also smiled on his face. Sasuke-kun, it looks like I have to use my last trump card. If you don't have stronger moves, then the victory of this battle belongs to me. The final trump card. The cheeks of Shikamaru and the others twitched a little. And there is a killer in this situation? What kind of monster is this Lee Locke? Sasuke is very pervert, but this guy doesn't seem to be much different. Guy, if you continue, something will happen. Kakashi. At this time, no matter what the reason is, there is no way to stop a man who is already quite enlightened from issuing a final challenge to his opponent. 8 inner gates, 5th gate. Doman. Open. Boom. Opening another door, Xiao Ji's aura instantly climbed to another level. Even Sasuke felt the pressure this time. The 8 inner gates of the 5th gate, this is really not good. To say that Sasuke is most confident that he can block 8 inner gates should only have one move. Lightning style, endless lightning pool. But the preparation time for this trick takes a few minutes. It was too late. Now, there is only... Since this is the case, then I won't keep my hand. What happens next is beyond my control. The moment the voice fell, the thunder on Sasuke's body changed. The wind and thunder. Crack. Accompanied by an astonishing roar of thunder. The lightning-style chakra flow on Sasuke is different. Thick thunder snakes jumped out from Sasuke's body. Is there any difference between this guy and just now? Shikamaru looked at Sasuke, who didn't seem to have changed much. Chai also frowned and said, it seems that the lightning-style chakra on Sasuke is a bit out of control. Sasuke doesn't seem to be able to stop Lee like this, Ino said worriedly. However, hear their doubts. Kakashi smiled. Don't underestimate Sasuke. This move, Blast and Thunder, looks the same, but the difference is completely different. Hearing this, the Jonin's were also a little curious. Kakashi, what's the difference? Xiahong asked. Ninjutsu developed by Sasuke, lightning-style extreme speed. It is divided into 2 forms. The first one is the flashlight that was used just now. This form of Sasuke can rely on his own consciousness to control his body and use lightning style to explode at ultimate speed. But the second form, Blast and Thunder, is different. Although it is also lightning style, Nua Wong's technique, But Sasuke cannot control the wind and thunder, and all rely on the body's conditioned reflex to respond to the enemy's movements. In this state, you don't even need to think. This is the lightning style, the ultimate speed life. Crack! In the next second, Shaoli just wanted to make a move, and his left arm swung slightly. However, the picture that appeared immediately after that was that Sasuke turned into a thunderbolt and came to Shao Li's side in an instant. Accompanied by the thunderbolt's fist, it hit Shao Li's right cheek directly and fiercely. The moment Li Xiong was hit, he wanted to fight back, but the next second Sasuke made a big circle and appeared behind him. He kicked Li hard in the back. During the moving process, the exaggerated movements of Commander's assistants directly stunned everyone present. Including the third generation are stunned. Although Sasuke's movements are exaggerated, it doesn't even look like a human being is moving, but the speed is several times faster than before. Chapter 93, The Final Defeat. Crack. Sasuke's body is constantly moving along with the lightning. Continuous attacks sounded continuously. Shao Li stood in place. He could only make some simple movements, and he couldn't even do it without hitting. Although Sasuke's attack power is not too strong, every blow just made Shao Li feel severe pain in his body. No serious injuries were caused, but Shao Li couldn't fight back, and Sasuke's explosive speed far exceeded his speed of opening the fifth gate. Sasuke attacked like a storm. Shao Li couldn't keep up with Sasuke's rhythm at all. They could only stand still and be beaten passively. Beep! When Sasuke suddenly appeared in front of him, he punched Shao Li hard on the jaw. The moment he was blown up from the ground with a punch, Shao Li's consciousness began to blur. However, the next second, Sasuke's attack has not yet stopped. It flashed directly in the air, accompanied by astonishing thunder, and directly bombarded Shao Li's chest fiercely. Enough 660. Suddenly Guy's figure appeared, but Guy tried to block Sasuke, but found that Sasuke's attack suddenly changed its trajectory. Basically, at the moment of his release, Sasuke's foot kicked towards him. There was a heavy impact, and Sasuke kicked Guy's hard in the face. However, Guy did not retreat, but took the opportunity to grab Shao Li in the air. After landing, Sasuke also released the Gale Thunder at the same time, looking at Guy with a gloomy face. "I'm sorry, Mr. Might Guy, my blast and thunder are out of control." Kakashi had already said it before, and Guy didn't pay much attention to it, but looked at Lee, who had lost consciousness in his arms. Guy smiled helplessly. "Unfortunately, I still lost in the end. Although the result is a pity, Might Guy agrees with the process, because Shao Li has tried his best. In this case, even if you lose, you have no regrets." But Might Guy didn't expect Sasuke to be able to burst out with that terrifying speed. Without self-control, relying only on the body's instinctive reaction, the attack launched is completely unbelievable. Bath can be so fast. Incredible imagination. It is impossible for a normal person to think of such a method to increase the speed. But Sasuke thought of it and successfully developed such a technique. Just listening to Kakashi, I still can't feel the horror of this technique, but after I really see it, I understood that the scary part of this technique lies in the overwhelming attacks. Rely on the body's instinctive response to respond to the enemy's movements. In this case, once the enemy is hit, there is basically no room for fighting back. Because no matter what kind of counterattack you want to make next, Sasuke can take the first shot and directly interrupt your attack. And it will make the best and most perfect attack. Under such circumstances, Shao Li had no qualifications to fight back, and became even more unqualified to fight back. Thinking of this, Guy glanced at Sasuke, who was panting. "Congratulations, Sasuke, you won." And at this moment, Kakashi also came to Sasuke's side. "It's all right." Sasuke shook his head. "Chakra consumes a bit too much. The consumption of using lightning stone fire is less than half of the consumption of blast and thunder. Although it does not rely on consciousness to act, the consumption of chakra is not so fast." "Referee, did I win?" The referee, who had been in a daze, suddenly heard Sasuke's question, and then he reacted and nodded quickly. Sasuke's victory was declared. First qualifying match, Uchiha Sasuke versus Lee Locke. The winner is Uchiha Sasuke. Congratulations to host for beating Lee Locke. Get Ninjutsu Lab. Use almost once. This reward for defeating Lee is now making Sasuke unhappy. If it weren't for relying on the system, I'm afraid I wouldn't be Lee's opponent at all. This guy is Konoha's genius. But unfortunately, Xiao Li didn't have any bright moments afterwards. In the future, at most, it will only open to the 6th gate, which is a pity. But Xiao Li's injury was not serious this time, so there shouldn't be a big problem after all. In the future, Xiao Li may continue to become stronger, and the situation in the original book should not happen. What a wonderful battle. Asuma looked at Sasuke, who was taken off by Kakashi, and Ji, who was sent to therapy by Might Guy. Honya nodded at the side. I didn't expect the battle between two Genins to be so exciting. As she spoke, Hong glanced at her disciple. You guys have to work harder. Don't be pulled too far away by those two monsters. At this moment, Sasuke has left the venue for the qualifiers. Already won, then the next step is the final. As for other people's games, Sasuke doesn't have the time to watch them. Although I don't know who will fight with whom next, but now Sasuke is more concerned about Xiao Li's 8 inner gates. In the battle just now, his Sharingan has copied a large amount of data. This makes Sasuke have a lot of ideas in his mind now. Physical skills are really too weak. Although with the lightning speed blessing, Sasuke's melee combat ability has been greatly improved. But there is still one thing missing, and that is the means to effectively kill the enemy. If you encounter an enemy who is not weak in physical skills, a guy like Lee, plus the opponent has terrifying physical skills, then Sasuke may not be able to win the opponent lightly relying on super speed. For example, if the opponent is replaced by a character like Fourth Raikage, then I am afraid that simply relying on Lightning Style's rapid speed will have no way at all. Even if it is matched with Chidori, it may not necessarily be able to defeat the other party, so it is necessary to develop a stronger body technique. Now that there is Lightning Style's rapid coordination, a powerful physical attack method can instantly double Sasuke's strength. It just so happens that this time the reward, the ninjutsu laboratory, is limited to developing ninjutsu. After watching Sasuke of 8 inner gates, I now have a good idea. I don't know if the combination of things copied from Lee and Sasuke's talent can be realized in the trick of Vice Admiral in the laboratory. System. I want to enter the Ninjutsu Lab. Chapter 94 Ninjutsu Breath of Thunder. Entering the Ninjutsu Lab. Available time 3 hours currently. The authority of the Ninjutsu Laboratory is locked, and it is limited to the development of ninjutsu. Is host sure to start ninjutsu? Is ninjutsu. It happened that Sasuke also felt that he lacked a powerful physical attack method. Ninjutsu, so-called physical jutsu combined with chakra. Unlike pure body skills like 8 inner gates. Let's start! When the countdown started, Sasuke also left to race against the clock. A second of time is not meant to be wasted. After all, 3 hours seems like a lot, but for the trick Sasuke wants to develop next, it is not so easy to develop. The Ninjutsu Laboratory is not omnipotent. If you want to develop a certain technique, you must combine Sasuke's own ideas and talents to develop it successfully. And this time, a special acceleration technique of Lee was copied through Sharingan. Add to that the circumstances of the 8 inner gates. A trick that the current Sasuke wants to develop, called Thunder Breath. This is a trick from a certain Ghost Slayer. Although the number of Thunder Breath is not much, it is just enough for Sasuke. And it is enough to make up for Sasuke's lack of physical attack. 8 inner gates. Although Sasuke only saw the state of opening the 5th gate this time, Sasuke had in his mind what it would be like when the 8 gates were fully open. I remember everything clearly. Capturing the thoughts in host's mind, according to host's memory, the scheme for a moment Sasuke felt as if something had been pulled out of his mind. But the time passed quickly, and Sasuke himself didn't feel anything at this time. Just when he opened his eyes again, the same blue villain gathered in front of Sasuke. Simulation completed. The blue villain appeared, and in Sasuke's eyes, he could see the details of various parts of the blue villain's body. The location of these details, chakra flow in the body, is also somewhat different. Thunder Breath 1, shaped Thunderbolt Flash. The villain's expression suddenly seemed to become very dignified, followed by a subtle change in the rhythm of his breathing. Chakra, which should be flowing normally in the body, has become a little strange in the law of flow between medicines. In an instant, the villain rose into the air and charged forward rapidly. The powerful thunder burst out instantly along with the long knife in his hand. In an instant, the thunder light suddenly appeared, and when the rich light dissipated, the person had already appeared in another place. It's not over yet. Breath of thunder, but there are 7 in total. And just the first thunderbolt flash can play a lot of tricks. 6 consecutive flashes, 8 consecutive flashes, and a thunderbolt flash. Each style of breathing is just a fixed form, but how to use it depends on the user's own adaptability. And the next breath of thunder, the second type, the soul of Taoism. But it's not just as simple as speed. The power of the 5 strikes in an instant, with oneself as the core, is amazing. The consecutive 7 moves were demonstrated by the blue villain. All have been simulated. Sasuke looked at the little blue figure carefully and found that the details seemed to use the method about 8 inner gates. The power of the 8 gate burst out in an instant, which is obviously combined with the 8 inner gates to develop Thunder's breath. If it is said that Shao Li's 8 inner gates directly used a special method to forcibly open the prohibition in his body. So now the breath of thunder is to use the method of breathing to open a certain door in an instant. It burst out its astonishing power and then used it to directly form a powerful attack. However, because it is only a short burst, or even just a momentary burst, the harm to the body is far from being as strong as actually opening the 8 gate. It's just that if you overuse it, your body will not be able to bear it. Whether to start the first simulation exercise, let's start. Sasuke glanced at the time, and there was less than an hour and a half left. The development of Breath of Thunder this time seems to have taken a lot of time, but if it can be successfully developed, the little time spent is worth it. In the next second, Sasuke's body began to be controlled by the system, and he began to make various movements. At the same time, the rhythm of breathing also became a little strange. Asking for flowers. With Sasuke's talent, he found the key in an instant. Adjusting the state of chakra by breathing can also make chakra burst and calm down. After the first simulation, Sasuke has been able to fully master the Breath of Thunder. But this time, there were 40 minutes left, enough for Sasuke to run 2 more simulations. So Sasuke continued with the simulation of Breath of Thunder. Sasuke completes 3 simulations until the time runs out. At the same time, the mastery of Thunder Breath. It also went directly from entry to Grandmaster level. But you need to keep practicing. There are still 7 days until the final of the Chunin exam. During this period of time, Sasuke can practice the Breath of Thunder well. At this moment, the qualifiers are basically coming to an end. Basically, the winners are no different from the original Naruto, Garaniji, Temari, Shikamaru plus Sasuke. Qualifiers in Naruto sees no sign of Sasuke. When did that guy leave? Hearing this, Kakashi smiled. Leave after the match. Then what are you in a hurry to do? Why don't you want to watch my game? Naruto said with some dissatisfaction. Kakashi. Sasuke said he has to hurry up and practice. Clam. Naruto was stunned for a moment, and Shikamaru and others were also a little surprised. They are all strong like that, and they are still cultivating desperately. This will not let other people live. He is a genius in the first place, and he still works so hard. It seems to me that there is no way to catch up with him, Naruto said with a sigh. However, even though he said so, Kakashi saw the fighting spirit in Naruto's eyes. 7 days. In the finals, I will impress you, Sasuke. At this moment, outside Konoha village in Sasuke's secret base. Crackling thunder flashes in the forest. Immediately afterwards, one after another, the big trees collapsed. They were all cut off in half, and the incisions fell incomparably. Thunder still erupted in the forest. Sasuke held the ninja sword in his hand, watching the thunder flowing on the blade. Thunder's Breath. This move coordinated with the speed of the gods. It's perfect. Chapter 95. The Destined Battle Chunin Exam Final. Early in the morning, Sasuke had already packed up and was ready to go to the examination room. But before that, he still gave by the big beheading sword that would never be beheaded again. At the same time, he ordered by to hide near the Hokage building. After all, the Chunin exam will end soon. To be precise, Sasuke will start his plan to steal the sealed book before it ends. During the 7 days, Sasuke not only used it to get familiar with the Breath of Thunder, but also refined chakra and contacted the seal. all have made some progress. At the same time, in terms of physical skills, Sasuke also got a huge improvement because of a battle with Shaoli. Physical arts mastered. Basic physical arts, small success, big success. Hataki sword technique, great success. Ninjutsu Thunder's breath, great success. In 7 days, Sasuke's chakra volume also increased again. Now the big 060 is about 4 times that of Kakashi. This level of chakra is not too small. Even among Jonin, Sasuke has a relatively large amount of chakra today. The evaluation given by the system has also changed. Chakra amount. More, and for 7 days, Sasuke also put in a lot of effort in practicing the Heaven's Curse seal. The removal of the Heaven's Curse seal has also been greatly improved. Special status. Seal of Heaven's Curse, 57% removed. Now using the Seal of Heaven, Sasuke has perfectly adapted to the full opening of the first form. The second form can also open apart. Of course, it can be fully opened, but Sasuke's body will be damaged by the curse seal. But the first form is enough to use. The power of chakra in the spell seal mode is already amazing. At the same time, Sasuke's pupil power was strengthened again, and the effect of the Sharingan advanced cultivation method was indeed very astonishing. Basically, it is an effect every day, and Sasuke himself can clearly feel that his pupil power is increasing rapidly. Now Sasuke feels that his pupil power seems to have reached a 0 point. At the same time, the Sharingan of Sengoku also began to undergo some changes after 7 days of cultivation. Sasuke even felt that once the 3 Tomo Sharingan was turned on, his eyes' chakra were burning rapidly. It was as if something was about to pop out of the eyes, but I can't feel anything specific. But Sasuke speculates that this may be a sign of Mangeky's imminent awakening. Once the Mangeky Sharingan is turned on, Sasuke will undergo earth-shaking changes. Sasuke's own 2 pupil techniques, Amaterasu and Flame Control, are quite terrifying moves. But even though it just feels a little bit worse, I don't know when I will be able to break through, even if it is so little. Going out, Sasuke was preparing to move towards the examination room, but unexpectedly Naruto was waiting at Sasuke's door. "How? Are you ready, Sasuke?" Hearing this, Sasuke nodded. "Have you been waiting here long?" Hearing this, Naruto jumped down and looked at Sasuke. "Of course, I have gone through 7 days of special training. Today I must surprise you. Naturally, I have to come early and wait for you. Special training? Probably training with Jiraiya." But at this time, Naruto should have learned the summoning technique, and he is also the Gamma Bunta of summoning Mount Maiboku. That Toad's enhancement of combat power is not a little bit. Is it? Then let's go. Sasuke walked ahead, and Naruto followed quickly. Not long after the two walked out, little Sakura was also waiting here. The 3 of Class 7 went to the exam venue together. At this moment, the final of the Chunin exam, today in that special venue, has already been filled with many spectators. The purpose of the joint Chunin exam is to test the strength of each ninja village. At the same time, Konoha also wants to promote his own force. The effect is like a military parade. Since it is the final, it is natural to let as many people see as possible so that we can better show off Konoha's force. However, I came to the venue and listened to the voices of the audience. Sasuke took a look at Orochimaru, who was with 3rd generation, and soon these people stopped laughing. Chunin exam finals now begin. First round, Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto, who was waiting for the waiting room, jumped up immediately. "Is it my turn to play Uzumaki Naruto first?" "Very good. Sasuke is going to show you the results of my special training today. Guaranteed to surprise you." Saying that, Naruto jumped directly onto the guardrail, ready to jump directly into the field from here. However, in the next second, another player's name rang out. "Battle, Uchiha Sasuke." What? Naruto, who was about to jump off, suddenly looked back at Sasuke. My opponent turned out to be Sasuke Yu. The little Sakura in the auditorium was also stunned for a moment, and turned to look at teacher Kakashi beside her. "Sensei, why did Naruto and Sasuke get together? If we separate, both of us can pass the exam." Kakashi smiled when he heard this. It's not that if 2 people are assigned together, there is no chance of passing. This exam is not about the result, but the process. In the waiting room, Sasuke glanced at Naruto. "It seems that not only can I see the results of your practice, but I can also personally experience them," said Sasuke, directly jumped down. Came to the center of the arena and looked at the referee this time, Shiranui Ginma, one of Konoha's elite genin. But Sasuke couldn't see where the strength of this guy was. It doesn't matter that the focus is not on him. As the first player to play, Sasuke has attracted the attention of many people in Konoha. Whether it's 2.2 or Ninja, everyone has heard of Sasuke. The kid from the Uchiha family. I fought with the Hyuga clan's goblins before, and I managed to win. Isn't the one fighting him the demon fox? Hey, the third generation is not allowed to talk about demon foxes. Naruto jumped down too. Shiranui Igama glanced at the two of them. You are in the same class. Since this is the case, you should pay attention to yourself. Don't try too hard. This is just an exam. It's best not to cause casualties. Naruto and Sasuke looked at each other, not listening to Shiranui Ginma's words at all. At this moment, Sasuke had a strange premonition. Naruto, is it impossible to escape the fateful battle? Chapter 96, Naruto versus Sasuke. You guys start on your own when you're ready. Shiranui Shinjin silently backed away after speaking. Sasuke and Naruto are obviously friends or something. The battle between them should be very measured, so there is no need to worry too much. Naruto on the field looked at Sasuke with a smile on his face that he had never seen before. I didn't expect that one day I would be able to fight with you under the eyes of everyone. Sasuke, this moment is simply amazing for me. Hearing this, Sasuke smiled. It seems that Naruto also regards himself as the target of chasing. But if you choose yourself as your goal, the effort you need to make is not a little bit. Naruto straightened his forehead protector gently, raised his head, and looked at Sasuke seriously. Sasuke, don't be merciful. Let me experience your real strength. Making such a request, Sasuke was a little speechless. It is good. Then let's get started. Naruto raised his hand and directly prepared to seal. Seeing this, Sasuke also put on a defensive posture, and Naruto knew how to fight without even thinking about it. This guy first throws 180 shadow clones over, and it is normal to consume a wave of 1 carat. Multiple shadow clone technique. Bang, bang, bang. A series of blank eyes erupted in the arena. Hundreds of Naruto appeared in an instant. Such a number of clones really scared many viewers. This demon fox brat is quite capable. He actually created so many clones in an instant. But is it useful to have so many clones? Whether it is useful or not will soon be known. I'm going upstairs. Sasuke. And Sasuke ticked his hands, come on. As he said, he waved his hands lightly, dealing with these clones of Naruto. Sasuke could easily handle them simply by relying on ninjutsu. When the first batch of Naruto rushed up, Sasuke stood in place, with the toes of his right foot lightly pointing to the ground, centering on his right foot. Move your left leg, change your position, and face Naruto, who is rushing up with both hands. Sasuke will attack directly. Bang, bang, bang. A series of white smoke exploded beside Sasuke. Wave after wave of Naruto, attacking one after another. However, Naruto's progress surprised Sasuke as soon as the shot was made. Physical skills have improved a lot. Naruto. Sasuke raised his hand to defuse Naruto's attack, and at the same time easily eliminated his clone with 1 punch. Kakashi in the stands also nodded. Naruto's progress is indeed very fast, and his physical skills have improved to this level, which is indeed very good. Little Sakura froze for a moment. Even Mr. Kakashi asked Naruto, did this guy really improve so fast? In the confrontation of physical skills, Sasuke's fists turned into countless afterimages, easily smashing all of Naruto's clones. 3 minutes of engagement. All of Naruto's clones were blown up by Sasuke. Naruto, who stood still and didn't make a move, became more dignified. I can't find any flaws at all. This guy Sasuke is really hard to deal with. In the waiting room, Hyuga was also staring at Sasuke. Isn't this guy showing any flaws? Naruto's avatar is already not weak, but under continuous combined attacks, he was easily defeated by him just using physical skills. Gaara at the side glanced at Neji. Look at his feet. After being reminded by Gaara, Neji suddenly realized that the place where Sasuke's right foot was standing had not moved at all. Could it be that this guy just stood there just now, just Neji clenched his fists fiercely. Originally, he wanted to challenge Sasuke, but if it was him who attacked just now, he would have no way to easily defeat all of Naruto's clones standing still. But Sasuke did it with ease. Good progress, Naruto, but it's not enough. After Sasuke blasted the last clone with a punch, he looked up at Naruto in the distance. Naruto smiled, as expected of Sasuke, but I won't just give up like this. Then Naruto took out the hidden weapon from the ninja bag. Seeing this, Sasuke smiled. The level of Naruto equipment is not very good. Multiple shadow clone technique. Bang, bang, bang. Another clone, this is what I want. Sasuke seemed to understand what Naruto was trying to do. This time, the 15 clones neatly formed a circle, tightly surrounding Sasuke. Naruto took out his hidden weapon. Since physical skills don't work, then I have to use other methods. Sasuke also reached out and took out the ninja bag. Naruto, you should know my hidden weapon level. Naruto nodded. Of course he knew Sasuke's hidden weapon throwing was not bad at all compared to physical skills. But it doesn't stop Naruto from trying. 15 clones, this overwhelming hidden weapon. Naruto believes that he will be able to find Sasuke's flaws. As long as Sasuke reveals a flaw, it's time for Naruto to make a move. 15 Narutos neatly took out their concealed weapons, raised their hands, and shot 15 shurikens straight at Sasuke. And at this moment, Sasuke opened his eyes. Sharingan opened instantly. 3 Tomo rolled slowly in Sasuke's eyes. In an instant, after capturing all the trajectories of the hidden weapons, the corners of Sasuke's mouth slightly raised. A faint thunderbolt was transmitted to the shuriken 223, and then Sasuke also directly threw a shuriken. The shuriken that was spinning in the air was loaded with the first Naruto's shuriken straight at an astonishing speed, but the next second when the hidden weapon collided sounded. Sasuke's shuriken quickly shifted the target with a flash of lightning. With the help of Naruto's shuriken, it changed the direction of movement, swept directly and quickly to the right. Jingle! 14 consecutive crisp impact sounds sounded. Finally, the shuriken was inserted straight and obliquely on the ground 3 steps away from Sasuke's right, and the residual light of the thunder and lightning slowly disappeared. This scene, it directly stunned all the audience present, including the ninjas. 1 shuriken blocked the enemy's 15 shurikens, and it was done in an instant. This kind of throwing technique has not only become stronger, it is simply terrifying. How did he do it? How could it be possible to knock down 15 hidden weapons in an instant with just 1 shuriken? Even with the insight of Sharingan, it's impossible to achieve this level. As a ninja who specializes in hidden weapons every day, Sasuke's operation directly made her feel extremely shocked. Concealed weapon, can you still use it like this? Chapter 97, The Confrontation of Quantity and Skill. The scene became silent. Countless eyes focused on Sasuke. At this moment, Hiruzen, who is 3rd Hokage, looked at Sasuke with a little surprise. Although there is Sharingan Sake, his insight has been strengthened, allowing Sasuke to gain insight far beyond ordinary people. But shooting down 15 shurikens with 1 shuriken is indeed not something that every Uchiha person can do. Amazing nerve reflexes, powerful insight, and ultimate control of the body are all indispensable to be able to do that at this age. 3rd generation also had a sigh. It's really old. Now the little ghosts have grown up, although watching Sasuke's amazing performance has a feeling of aging. But 3rd generation is still very happy in his heart. The stronger the young people in the sleepy leaves, the brighter the future of Konoha. But what he may not know is that Konoha, which looks vibrant now, will soon be beaten back to its original shape. Field. After Naruto was surprised, he still expressed his disbelief. He didn't believe that Sasuke's 2 hands alone could deal with his 15 avatars, a total of 30 hands. Since Sasuke, you are so powerful, then I can rest assured that I will not be polite. Naruto of throwing skills can only be regarded as barely a few. With such great skill as Sasuke, he can't knock down so many shuriken with 1 shuriken. Nor do I intend to do so. For Naruto, skill is not as straightforward as quantity. Sasuke, you can block 15 pieces, so how about 25, 35? Hundreds of pieces? It was said that Sasuke knew that Naruto probably wanted to see how long he could last. However, Sasuke didn't answer, but directly answered Naruto with gestures. Both hands took out a shuriken at the same time. Sasuke looked at Naruto. His eyes were full of provocation. Seeing this, Naruto didn't intend to ask any more questions. Apparently, Sasuke wanted him to try it himself. Then let's get started. With a thought, Naruto's avatar started throwing shurikens crazily. Even with kunai, the avatars threw them in the direction of Sasuke crazily. Almost instantly, dense hidden weapons raged towards Sasuke from all angles. Ordinary ninjas would have been stunned when they saw such a scene. The quantity is simply too much. Naruto's clone throwing is also on par with Naruto himself, although it's not that bad. But it definitely has nothing to do with good words. His attack method is to throw all his hidden weapons as quickly as possible in an instant. Having seen Sasuke's previous performance, Naruto's behavior now made some Jonin couldn't help grinning. This guy is just throwing around. This is not a throwing technique at all! However, whether it is thrown indiscriminately or not, the power is still there. Just about to be hit, I am afraid that he will be turned into a hedgehog in an instant. Everyone looked at Sasuke, who stood still and didn't intend to use ninjutsu to defend or fight back. He raised his hands and crossed them on his chest, and Sasuke's Sharingan began to spin wildly in an instant. Capturing the hidden weapons lasing from all angles, Sasuke's hands turned into afterimages in the next second, throwing the hidden weapon crazily, and at the same time, Sasuke's lightning style is attached to the hidden weapon. Lightning style discharge. Let the lightning attach to the hidden weapon, which can strengthen the power and speed of the hidden weapon. This allowed Sasuke to rely on such a little shuriken in his hand. Block all hidden weapons more than 10 times larger than itself. Next second, clinking sounds frantically sounded around Sasuke. Sparks burst out one after another. Watching the dazzling sparks continue to explode at a position about 3 meters around Sasuke. The dense black shadows collided constantly, and the lightning flashed from time to time around Sasuke. Forming an irregular arc, it continuously bounced away the hidden weapons thrown by Naruto. A full 10 seconds. Crazy hidden weapon collision. The tinkling sound of constant thinking made all the ninjas gradually become dull. Although they expected Sasuke to block it at the beginning, when this scene really happened, they were all stunned. How far has this kid's concealed weapon throwing technique gone? This question is indeed very curious, but it is even more curious. Why? You have to go out of your way to practice throwing. No matter how strong this technique is practiced, it will not be very effective. Is this the thinking of a genius? Even if it is something like kunai throwing technique, it must be cultivated to a level that ordinary people can hardly achieve. Horrible. Uchiha Sasuke. This brat has already reached an unbelievable level in kunai throwing. When, after the last kunai collided, it fell to the ground. Sasuke also slowly stopped his hands, looking at the empty hands. He looked up at Naruto again. All the hidden weapons of this guy's avatar were also used up. All blocked. Naruto stared blankly at Sasuke. Closing his gaping mouth, Naruto silently swallowed a mouthful of saliva. As expected of Sasuke, your strength is really disappointing sometimes. If it was before, Naruto was probably about to give up. After all, physical attack and hidden weapon bombardment are completely useless against Sasuke. He has no other means. But it's different now. Naruto still has the last killer weapon that hasn't been used. Raise your hands to print. Seeing Naruto's actions, it is still multiple shadow clone technique. Do you still want to try? Is this going to end a protracted war with myself? Sasuke smiled, then come on. Congratulations, host Uchiha. Throwing improvement Uchiha. Throwing technique. Small success, big success. Unexpectedly, with Naruto's help, Sasuke's throwing technique has improved to a new stage. Good. Multiple shadow clone technique. Boom. Hundreds of Naruto's avatars appeared again, and the ninjas in the stands began to feel something was wrong seeing this avatar. How big is this kid's chakra that he can even cast shadow clone? Damn it, I'm afraid I don't have as much chakra as this brat. Is he a monster at this age? How is it possible that the amount of chakra is so huge? But it's useless to have more clones. He can't beat Uchiha Sasuke. Hearing this, Kakashi squinted his eyes. Based on his understanding of Naruto, if he didn't have any ideas, Naruto would not attack indiscriminately. Naruto, who seems carefree, is actually very thoughtful. That's not necessarily true. Naruto often brings us unexpected surprises. Sasuke, don't take it lightly. Chapter 98. Surprise number 1. Ninja Naruto's clone appeared, and the white smoke spread out for a moment so that Sasuke couldn't see where Naruto's main body was. Although I don't know what exactly Naruto wants to do. But Sasuke doesn't think Naruto can beat himself. No matter how many avatars there are, it is useless. Raising his hand, Sasuke poses like Shaoli. With one hand behind his back, his right hand stretches forward to face hundreds of clones in front of him. Sasuke ticked lightly with his index finger. Then he showed a wicked smile. Come on, see what else you can do. In the next second, Naruto's clones seemed to be irritated as well. They rushed up one after another and began to launch continuous attacks in the direction of Sasuke. This time, Naruto's avatars cooperated more tacitly than before. But Sasuke puts more emphasis on fixing the toes of his right foot in place and swings his left leg with knowledge to change the standing posture of the body with the change of movements. He raised his hand and clenched his fist and instantly blasted out a punch. Drop the closest clone in seconds, step forward and turn around, hit the clone behind you with a counter elbow to instantly cut off the attack and directly blow it up with a counter attack. Bang, bang, bang. Sasuke's movements are smooth and smooth. For a while, the ninjas in the stands felt pleasing to the eye. The 900 doesn't have any redundant movements. In the face of continuous attacks, it can instantly seize the flaw every time and kill it with one blow. Accurately speaking, the number of enemies prevents him from having too many useless actions. Every extra movement will compress the time to deal with the next attack. Under this kind of continuous attack, he can still make zero mistakes. This kid is really a freak. The viewer seems to be able to see exactly what Sasuke's best choice is at each moment. But you must know that if you were a party, you can't be like the audience, condescending and seeing everything in your eyes. It is not easy to react quickly, and it is even more difficult to maintain a zero-miss state like Sasuke. Perhaps it is not difficult for ordinary Jonin to block Naruto's attack, but it is not so difficult for ordinary Jonin to achieve Sasuke's very ornamental. Boom! The clones exploded continuously, and Sasuke was surrounded by a vast expanse of whiteness. It was completely shrouded in white smoke. As Naruto's clone was quickly defeated by Sasuke, the number is also greatly reduced, and in the blink of an eye, there are only a dozen left. At this time, Sasuke looked at the remaining clones and even put away his left hand. The right hand easily dealt with these clones, and now Sasuke carefully observed the remaining clones. Sasuke wants to see where Naruto's body is. A clone suddenly approached, and Sasuke turned his head to look at the clone. Although Shadow Clone's combat effectiveness is not very good, these clones do not cry is the forbidden technique, and each clone is almost the same. Even some of Sasuke's Sharingan can't tell who is the Numenon. However, by carefully observing the subtleties, it is still possible to quickly determine whether this is the main body. This suddenly approaching avatar is not the main body. The main body of Naruto, where is it? While thinking about Sasuke, holding down the fist coming from the avatar with one hand, he turned around and punched him directly. With the white smoke exploding, Sasuke shifted his target to prepare for the next clone's attack. But at this moment, Sasuke felt something moving under his feet. For a sudden moment, Sasuke froze for a moment. Could it be Naruto? Boom! Suddenly, the ground beneath Sasuke's feet exploded, accompanied by Naruto's signature roar. Naruto, who suddenly sprang up from the ground, made an uppercut and hit Sasuke's jaw straight. At this moment, Sasuke faced two attacks from the clone and Naruto's body. I want to escape. It's too late. Sasuke looked at Naruto, who came out from below in surprise. Careless. Naruto really deserves to be the #1 ninja in unexpectedness. It really blows my mind. Bang, bang. In the next second, the dull, DBFC bombardment sounded. Sasuke's body was turning in the air, spinning 360 degrees in the air. Sasuke unloaded and landed not far away. After the hit, Naruto stood still, looking at his fist excitedly. Hit! I hit it! Finally hit it! At this moment, all the audience in the auditorium froze for a moment. From underground? This guy can think of this kind of attack. No! Even if you attack from the ground, you should hit it. Didn't you notice? That kid from the Uchiha family, from the beginning until now, his right foot never left the spot. The brat took advantage of this. He was sure that Uchiha Sasuke would never leave the place until the last moment, so he was able to beat the minister. Kakashi smiled happily at this time. Although it was just a hit, it actually didn't have any impact on Sasuke. But Naruto's progress surprised Kakashi. This guy Naruto, he's pretty amazing. Little Sakura on the side spoke, and the Konoha 12 young powers in the stands also nodded their heads. Naruto, who seems unreliable, can still have such a wonderful performance. Although it's just one punch, it's really not easy to get Commander to help. But Naruto just hit, but didn't hit Commander. At this time, the ninja knife in Sasuke's hand was lying across his chest, and the blow just now hit the ninja in Sasuke's chest. In the nick of time, Sasuke blocked the attack with a ninja knife. Sasuke had a smile on his face. He raised his hand and pulled out a saber flower, and the next second he stabbed the ninja's sword straight into the ground. Beep! Lightning-style discharge. The thunder that erupted in an instant spread out, instantly destroying Naruto's remaining avatars. On the ninja knife that was filled with thunder, Sasuke slowly drew the ninja knife. Hung Dao looked up at Naruto, who had only one body left. Good. Being able to think about attacking from underground also took advantage of my not wanting to leave my place. Naruto, your growth is amazing. Sasuke laughed. At this time, the smile on Naruto's face disappeared quickly. Sasuke just wiped out his clone with a single knife. If Sasuke did the same before, then his plan would be useless. To put it bluntly, it wasn't because Sasuke was waterproof and his attack couldn't hit Commander just now. Sure enough, if you don't show your true skills, let alone defeating Sasuke, it is very difficult even to defeat Commander. Naruto sighed. In the next second, Sasuke's eyes shrank suddenly, triggered by the battle of fate. Host is destined to be the bonder. This battle is inevitable. Although the time and place can be changed, but the battle is inevitable. Please host to prevent the opponent from touching the forehead protector and win the battle without leaving traces on the forehead protector. Reward. Special pupil art? Pupil surgery? The reward turned out to be pupil surgery. Sasuke was shocked. This is interesting. Chapter 99, The Figure of White Fan, Fateful Battle. Sasuke glanced at Naruto, who had an ugly face but a firm look in his eyes. It seems that Naruto still has a stronger trick that has not been used. It was just some tentative attacks by Naruto before. To be precise, perhaps Naruto has already made countless assumptions about the situation of fighting against himself in Naruto's heart. And the attack just now was part of Naruto's imagination. Thinking of this, the thunder on Sasuke's body became more intense. Chakra started to flow at a high speed, and Sasuke was about to get serious. Even the system recognizes Naruto's strength, so Sasuke naturally has no right to continue to underestimate Naruto. After all, this guy is indeed full of surprises. Naruto, who is the protagonist, will hang up at some point. Sasuke also had to be careful. You really impress me. Naruto's next battle, I will take the initiative. Hearing Sasuke's words, Naruto was both happy and worried at the same time. Sasuke took the initiative to attack, which is a terrible thing for him. Sasuke completely crushed him, whether it was body art or ninjutsu. Naruto wanted to defeat Sasuke, and that was the only thing he could bet on. Thinking of this, Naruto slapped his face. Then come. The war situation has changed to the present situation. In the lounge, Gaara smiled coldly. It seems that the battle is almost over. The huge disparity in strength has already been felt. In this case, if Sasuke still takes the initiative to attack, then Naruto basically has no room to resist. Not only Gaara thinks so, but everyone else also judges this way in their hearts. Sasuke held the ninja sword with his backhand. Looking at Sasuke's knife-holding posture, Kakashi's eyes flickered. Hitaki's sword skills. How amazing it will be in your hands. Sasuke, don't let me down. The former Muyi Baya was an existence that made the entire ninja world fearful. Unfortunately, however, Kakashi was not able to reach his father's heights. However, now that the sword skills are inherited by Sasuke, Kakashi hopes that Sasuke can reproduce the glory of Muyi Baya. Zizizi. Thunder jumped on the ninja knife. A thunderbolt also burst out in Sasuke's eyes. Mr. Kakashi, how did Sasuke unleash the thunder on the ninja's sword? Little Sakura finally couldn't bear to ask this question, all the while they noticed that Sasuke was able to use lightning style anytime, anywhere, even without a seal. But what exactly this technique is really curious. Originally, if you can't understand this kind of thing, you can't understand it and you can't ask about it. But now little Sakura couldn't help being curious. When this question was asked, the other 12 little powerhouses in the auditorium also pricked up their ears and listened carefully. Even with the Jnins, Might Guy, Asuma, Kurenai Yuhi, Mitarashi Anko, and others are curious. This is a lightning-style ninjutsu developed by Sasuke himself, and it can directly activate lightning style without seals. Why lightning can flow in his body. And the specific effect is the same as Sasuke's lightning style speed, but it has been weakened a lot, which is a weakened version of lightning style speed. At the same time, due to Sasuke's talent, lightning style can stay on ninja swords or hidden weapons for a certain period of time to strengthen the attack power. Hearing Kakashi's explanation, the little Sakura nodded half understanding. Field. Sasuke's lightning style discharge erupted, and Naruto immediately cheered up. At the same time, the chakra in the body seemed to suddenly become agitated because of nervousness. I'm coming to Naruto, swish. Sasuke's speed is extremely fast. Although Naruto can see the trajectory of Sasuke's movement, it is impossible to block Sasuke's attack with his speed. Multiple shadow clone technique. Only use clone technique at critical moments. Don't underestimate this forbidden technique. This technique can be regarded as being completely out of play in Naruto's hands. The 5 clones that suddenly appeared behind Naruto grabbed Naruto's shoulder and dragged Naruto back. Crack! The slashing wave formed by lightning flashed across the eyes for a month and a half. Naruto just dodged, and the next second Sasuke directly accelerated again, and the 2 clones who stepped forward to block Sasuke's attack were easily cut off by Sasuke. The retreating Naruto took out Kunai and directly blocked the front. Clang, the lightning-covered ninja sword collided with Kunai. Although Naruto blocked Sasuke's slash, the huge force caused Naruto's body to fly backwards. One blow sent Naruto flying, and the next second, the ninja sword in Sasuke's hand slashed twice instantly. The thunder and lightning broke away from the blade and turned into 2 flashes of light, which swept straight towards Naruto. Asking for flowers. Naruto, who was completely impossible to dodge, was blocked by 2 clones that rushed out suddenly. After landing and sliding for 5 or 6 meters, Naruto stabilized his figure, and this time he took the initiative to accelerate. Simultaneously cast Avatar. While blocking the attack with the Avatar, hide the movement of the main body, speed up, and get closer to Sasuke. The battle suddenly became more intense. Watching Naruto skillfully use the Avatar and fight with Sasuke, all the Jnins were stunned for a moment. Although Naruto's speed and strength were obviously suppressed in the field, he was able to use his Avatar and Sasuke to maintain an evenly matched posture. The Avatar pulls, resists the attack, and helps the main body avoid the attack. All kinds of operations are extremely proficient. I didn't expect that. This Demon Fox kid really has a lot of skills. He is obviously behind in physical skills, but he forcibly blocked the attack of the Uchiha family kid. It's incredible. I didn't expect this battle to be so exciting. When the ninjas were surprised by Naruto's performance, Naruto's movements suddenly changed. More than a dozen clones held Sasuke back, and at the same time Naruto took the initiative to attack, causing Kunai to instantly block Sasuke's ninja sword. Let Sasuke's attack appear neutral for a moment. Although Naruto was bounced away again, the other clones continued to attack, and Sasuke had no chance to continue the pursuit. Exhibited an exquisite saber technique, instantly annihilating more than a dozen clones that came up at the same time. I don't know why, but Sasuke's knife skills seem familiar to me. When you said that, I remembered it too. This seems to be the Hitaki family's sword technique. Speaking of which, many ninjas in the stands secretly glanced at Kakashi. As a teacher, there is nothing wrong with teaching his students some fighting skills, but Hitaki's sword skills were also taught to Sasuke. No wonder many ninjas seem to see Muyi Baya from Sasuke. Maybe Sasuke will be the second Wouldn't Baya. Do not. Paired with Sasuke's terrifying lightning style, if he continues like this, he will surpass Muyi Baya. Look, what that Nine-Tails kid is holding. Swish, swish, swish. Intense chakra is gathering towards Naruto's hand with the help of clones. Sasuke, this is the result of my 7-day special training. Don't be too surprised. Rasengan 3. Chapter 100 Rasengan and Chidori Rasengan. Boom, boom, boom. A blue ball appeared in Naruto's hand. Naruto, who was running wildly, held Rasengan in one hand, while locking on Sasuke's figure. The chakra waves emitted by Rasengan behind him set off ripples. Sasuke looked at Naruto, who was running towards him, quickly cut off the clone in front of him with a single knife. At the same time, he grabbed the ninja knife with his backhand, and the moment his right hand formed a seal with one hand, Sasuke stared at Naruto. As expected, have you learned the Rasengan already? This is so different from the original. Naruto, UBD. Sasuke's mood is a bit complicated now. No wonder the system recognizes Naruto, learned Rasengan in 7 days, and it seems that Naruto's Rasengan proficiency is not low at all. In this case, ordinary moves may not be able to block Rasengan's attack. Chidori. Sasuke's hands instantly condensed a strong lightning-style wave, 940 movement. In an instant, there seemed to be countless birds making melodious chirping sounds. Chidori's voice filled the entire venue. Hearing this voice, countless ninjas stared wide-eyed. Still haven't recovered from Naruto's Rasengan. The next second, Sasuke's Chidori surprised everyone again. Kakashi's Chidori. Is that Rasengan? Lord Fourth Hokage's. These two brats have mastered such a powerful technique. Who imparted the Nine-Tails Imp's Rasengan? Nowadays, the only person in Konoha who knows how to do this trick is Jiraiya-sama. One of the Sannin. Master Jiraiya? How is that possible? No matter who taught it, now Naruto and Sasuke are about to collide completely. No one wants to miss such an exciting moment. While thunder and lightning flashed, field birds contended. On one side, it was like a hurricane, accompanied by the sound of chakra spinning at a high speed, tearing the air apart. Two rays of light overlapped in the center of the field instantly. Boom! A deafening roar suddenly sounded, and violent shock waves were set off from the feet of the two at the same time. And it began to vibrate rapidly, and it swept away suddenly, hitting the walls around the venue. Beep! A clearly visible crack was left on the wall, encircling the entire site. Even the referee, Shiranui Shinjian, in the field was stunned. Good, so powerful. Chidori and Rasengan's collision continues. Sasuke felt the power of Rasengan in Naruto's hand. Very surprised. After using so many shadow clones, I can still have this level of chakra. The physique of the Uzumaki family is a little too pervert. Sasuke smiled helplessly. I am in a state of full chakra, and the lightning-style nature transformation has been strengthened. The Chidori used was not able to completely suppress Naruto. This didn't surprise Sasuke. Bang bang! Lightning flashed, but Naruto's Rasengan was blocked by Sasuke. Although the momentum is fierce, the follow-up for Sasuke is even better. Naruto, who was directly ejected, hit the wall hard. The glaring light slowly dissipated, and the assistant commander looked at Naruto, who fell directly into the wall. He looked down at his palm. Several scratches have already appeared on the palm. Is this the current Naruto? The power of Rasengan is really strong. As expected of a trick exclusively for the protagonist. Shiranui Ginma glanced at Naruto's direction, and then at Sasuke. I didn't expect this battle to be so exciting. Naruto! A big surprise for everyone. Unexpectedly, Naruto, who is the tail of the crane, would fight the genius Sasuke to such an extent. This game is enough. The time is over. The game is over. Winner Uchiha. Wait! Suddenly a voice came from Naruto's direction. Naruto, who jumped down from the wall, raised his head and wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. The surrounding smoke parted to reveal his firm gaze, staring at Sasuke firmly. The battle isn't really over yet. Hearing this, Shiranui Schwanma froze for a moment. Naruto didn't even faint yet. Under the astonishing impact just now, he was still awake? But even that is useless. Naruto's current situation makes it impossible to defeat Sasuke. After all, Sasuke is still in a state of ease, while Naruto has obviously reached his limit. Uzumaki Naruto, you still? However, when he opened his mouth, he hadn't finished speaking. There was a sudden backflow of air, which seemed to be siphoned in the direction of Naruto. However, it was only for a moment that the air flow swept around Naruto and was pushed out violently. The next second, red chakra started bubbling from all over Naruto's body. Strong chakra fluctuations swept the audience. Shiranui Shinjin was stunned, and countless Junins in the audience were also stunned. Third Hokage's expression changed. The tailed beast chakra. Has Jinchuriki gone berserk? But soon the tailed beast chakra on Naruto formed a chakra coat, and a tail condensed behind Naruto. Chakra turned into a tail. Seeing this, third generation, who just wanted to get up, sat down again. Naruto has taken control of the tailed beast chakra. Look at Naruto's still conscious eyes, not controlled by chakra of the tailed beast. This is quite remarkable. Chakra, who can control the tailed beast. And it looks like it got one tail's chakra completely from tailed beast. In this way, the battle will be even more confusing. Sasuke was also very surprised. As expected, the protagonist would not be killed so easily. The chakra of 9 tails is in control, perfectly opening the one-tail chakra, diplomacy mode. Naruto, who is the monster? Sasuke. I don't want to just throw in the towel. Naruto's awakening made Sasuke also interested, regardless of the task of the system. The battle with Naruto really made Sasuke feel excited. In that case, Sasuke will not be polite. Then come on. Brilliant speed flash. Crack! Thunderbolts fell from the sky and slashed at Commander's help. But in the next second, the thunderbolts swam across Sasuke's body. Dazzling thunder and lightning illuminated the audience. One red and one blue genin emitting different light. The momentum of both sides is climbing steadily. 1.3 for a while, the audience was suddenly ignited. Come on, 2 brats. They were all easily given up. Come on, Naruto. Let's see what else you can do. Don't be careless about the Uchiha family. This kid is not so easy to deal with. Both of them were not used to being refueled suddenly. But now, whether it is Naruto or Sasuke, they only have each other in their eyes. Beep! The first striker is Sasuke. In a flash of lightning, Sasuke waved his ninja sword and appeared beside Naruto. The extremely cold knife brought lightning and slashed directly at Naruto's neck. It can be next second. The palm wrapped in red chakra firmly grasped Sasuke's ninja sword. Boom! A loud roar sounded. Sasuke looked up at Naruto. Speed, strength have all grown so amazing.
No more novels? Take part in the voting. The most requested novels and those with the most likes will be chosen for publication on euroaudiobooks.com. There, I can upload as much as I want without the risk of receiving a strike. Our 18 novels and other content that exceed what is morally acceptable are only published on Patreon or the free novels page. Remember, the site is funded by donations on Ko-fi and Patreon memberships.